everybody. We're back with another episode of the Montarctica podcast. It's almost like we're starting over. It's been like 4 months, and in the building tonight I got Cole Brown.
What's going on?
He's a virgin here on the Montarctica podcast, and we got
Pop my cherry.
Yeah, and Bret Peigneux.
Hey.
And we got some excitement. We were trying to get started a little bit earlier, but just out back, the house that's behind us that has been taken over by cats forever is on fire. We're literally sitting in here, and the house away from behind us is fire trucks around it trying to put out a big fire. So
we didn't start the fire.
Yeah, it wasn't us. We promise.
We're bored in Montarctica, but not that bored.
Yeah.
I had some sleeping to do, so it definitely wasn't me.
Yeah, it's probably going to burn to the ground, and the firemen are probably going to be out there all night, is what it looks like to us.
I think they will be out there all
Maybe
night.
standing, but they're going to be there all night, I think. But
It's been smoking for, what?
6 o'clock, maybe 7
Yeah.
o'clock.
2 hours, 3 hours probably now.
When did it even go up? I honestly don't even know.
Well, I was at the grocery store, and the sad thing is I came in here and I put the heaters on. I got two just like milk house heater or an Eden Pier heater. And anyway, I just started them in here because I wanted to be warm, and I run to the store to go get supper, and my phone starts blowing up, and I'm like, fuck, I'm at the store, leave me alone. And then they called back, both of them, like 2-3 times. And so I picked it up, and my mom's like, hey, all the fire trucks are running past your house. What's on fire? What's going on? Then right then Shane called me too, and I was like, well, here, I bet that's what old Angry Larry's calling for. I answer him, and he's like, hey, there's a cooler on fire outside of Kirkwood's house over here. And I'm like, what? At least it's not my house. Was it going up or what? He's like, no, it looks like. Shane's like, it looks like they've been cleaning there. It's probably a bunch of shop rags and blah, blah. He's assessing the scene.
Meanwhile, before you were shitting yourself thinking your heaters lit your shop on fire,
Yeah,
which is 20 feet away from this other house.
Yeah, so as everybody's calling me and saying, hey, where's the fire, before he called, I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm trying to hustle through the grocery store thinking, shit,
My
well,
garage is going down.
we still need beer, though, so.
Necessity.
Yeah, anyway, we got here, and that house behind us, it's been vacant for a long time, and I don't mean to say that it needs to burn down, but it's pretty gross in there because it got overrun by cats and shit. But I didn't do it. I promise. I don't own my house.
Nobody's been living in it. It's an old house too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's early 1900s, I'm sure. But I don't know. I don't think you could clean all that cat piss and.
No, it's just like the house next to my parents. Just needs to be bulldozed or
Ruined.
burned down.
Yeah.
I
Does
mean,
she still live in that house? Is that
No,
lady still around?
I don't know where she's at, but they always have. I don't know what his name is, but he always goes over there and checks it out, and makes sure stuff's all right.
No.
I don't even know if the water and gas is on in there, to be honest.
Move that mic up a little closer to your face if you want to. You can take those pliers if you need to pull it out a little further too.
No, it's good right here.
I'll wreck shit. It's all you got some pliers and
It's okay.
We had to tape this mic out. I mean, it's just.
Well, we haven't done a podcast in, like I said, about 4 months. And the last thing that I did with my DJ equipment, which it doubles as my DJ equipment, the stuff that I use. Bret and I had to go DJ for the burlesque show in Fort Belknap. So
Burlesque quotations.
yeah, well, technically they don't take all their clothes off, so it kind of is a burlesque, I guess. But
That's because there wasn't enough people there. They wouldn't take.
yeah, they didn't make. I made more money than the strippers that night, and I guarantee
Is there a
it.
bar there in Fort Belknap, or was it at the casino?
It's at the casino, but in the back they.
Yeah, they set up a
Sure.
little bar and stuff, and
That's crazy.
But I've been doing.
There was like 4 other people besides us. I mean, it was
Yep.
the worst showing for anything like that I've ever seen.
The bartender, that's what I told him, and I was just teasing him as I left. I was like, man, if you guys need to show that big of a loss, I'll up my prices next time. I mean, you don't have to. But no, we're going back, and he just called me. He goes, well, we're scheduling it this time on a Friday. It's Friday, April 17th, I think. And we're scheduling them on a Friday. It's a different set of girls, and he said, and it's payday over here, so hopefully everybody will show up. Should be pretty fun, but.
That's what you got to do. You got to plan it out like that.
Well, this was on Tuesday, was it? Yeah.
No, it was Monday.
Come on,
Monday, and
Monday
it just
night.
there was nobody in the casino side either. I mean, it was just there was nobody out. I mean, but I didn't see it advertised either. I don't.
I've seen it on Facebook once, but normally you can go to the casino and like drag guys in, you know.
Yeah. No,
But
there
was
was like 4 people in the casino side, and that was it. And
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know. Maybe everybody's
I don't
staying
know.
home from the coronavirus.
It was all right. I had a good time. We drank.
Had fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have fun every time, just because you get a drink, and well, for one, if you get a drink and get paid for it, that's fucking
Can't really
money.
complain about
But
We should have just like threw the mics on the way there and the way back, because
No
basically
shit.
we could have did a podcast on the way there
Yeah.
there and back. Me and you just bullshit,
that's what I told Mike the other day too. We took a cruise after the bar and and we're just bullshitting. I was like, man, this is where I should have a portable setup
Yeah.
and just do a
Yeah.
podcast right from there, because sometimes that's your best conversations you get.
Oh
when
yeah,
a little boozed up. And,
yeah.
Good old back road.
I need to grab another one of those beers real quick. But anyway, so this fire over here, there's one or two of the firemen there that I asked if they wanted to get on this podcast first, and both of them were like, well, no, we got things to do on Thursday. We got blah, blah, blah. And now, sorry, you're going to be busy all night
Yeah,
now.
They're going to be fighting
Shit.
fire all night. Podcast looking pretty good
Well,
now.
We'll see if maybe later we can drag a guest star in to give us this
Bet you we
assessment.
could coax him in with a beer.
We got beer,
Yeah.
yeah. That's well. They'd said that they were doing a test on their pagers, so all of them were actually at the fire hall for a second, and then this call came in too. So they all, because they got like a new pager system or something, they all had to come and fight fire here. But the kid that used to live in there, he hasn't been here for almost a year, I think, at least now, and
Yeah,
it's just they've just been trying to, I
didn't
think,
know he
clean it
wasn't
up.
living
But
in there. I thought he was still living in there.
no, it's just been vacant, and the other guy owns it and whatnot. But yeah, it's.
Well, vacant except for the cats.
Yeah, they got most of them out of there, I think, but it did get pretty overrun with cats for a long time. It was insane.
It's like cat house, huh?
Hmm. Yeah, so not the kind
Not
you
the
want to
good
live
kind,
next
Cole.
to.
Not the
No,
good
not the
kind.
good
No,
cat.
no.
So I didn't know Cole moved into our neighborhood here shortly too. He's on the block now too.
Yeah, right there on 318.
Yeah.
Right there. The little red
Did you-
house.
He had to think about
I
the
did,
street he
well,
lived on. The one over here.
Yeah, the one right down the road there. Just right over there.
Well, it is worldwide, so nobody's really gonna know where you're at anyway. But
Yeah.
we always say we're on Montarctica on the moon, or it's where we're at. But did you end up selling your house, Brett, that you had there?
Yeah,
Is that
was right next.
did he
door
buy
Cole
it?
Lives.
Is
No,
the guy that lives there now? Did he buy it? Or?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my buddy's dads. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know
Yeah.
if maybe you were renting it to him or what. I guess I never
No.
even asked you, but
No.
just got the fuck out, went back out south, huh?
Yeah. Just
How
back
long
to
ago did you move out of
Hermitville.
there?
Yeah.
Huh?
How long ago did you move out of there?
Been a year and a half, I suppose,
Oh,
or
shit.
maybe something like that. 2 years maybe coming up.
I miss a lot every now and then because I've been in college for those past 5 years. So
Yeah.
What are you gonna be when you grow up?
I'm gonna try to be a mechanic. I guess.
Attaboy. We need more of those.
Yeah.
We need lots more of those. That's the thing is like, so many people go to college for things that aren't going to do you a whole lot of good unless
Yeah,
you
like
just go get
liberal
like
arts
you're doing
degree.
right now. You're actually working, and doing it. But
Yeah. Well, the shitty thing is like if you go to university like I am, I gotta take all those gen ed classes. Like right now, I'm taking interpersonal communications and I'm taking a government class for political science credit.
I don't get why they do that. I seen a post the other day. They're like, why do you have to do like your general classes in college? That's not what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Why don't you
going
why
for a
don't you
trade.
why don't you give me more of these classes, or make the years shorter or something, rather than me learning more math or something that
If
that is
universities are
not.
going to have like trade opportunities like that, they need to have a set different program, like trade
Yeah.
and then university.
well,
where you don't have
I went to
those
motorcycle
generals.
mechanics school, and it just was motorcycle mechanics school. I mean, you
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
electrical and I mean everything all the way through, but
Yeah, but
there
that's
was
a
no.
set-
I didn't have
set
to sit and
school
do
for
math
that.
or yeah.
That
That's-
school is specifically for that,
Mm-hmm.
though it's not a general college sort of.
Yeah, it's not
But
the university.
In the same boat there, when I went there, I honestly was learning more at the shops I was working at than I was learning actually doing the
Yeah, you
book
do
work.
learn. Yeah.
I mean, you get real world problems instead of, hey, what if this, if that, You learn certain things like boring out motors and I mean things that you don't do every day in a regular shop, but I learned so much more working at the bike shops
Yeah.
and working under a good mechanic and stuff anyway. but-
As long as they're willing to teach, I mean, because
Yeah.
they're doing the teaching then instead of the professor or whatever at your college. So
Yeah.
I mean, instead you're using their mind, and as long as they're not getting mad that you're asking them a bunch of questions, that,
Yeah.
you
Well-
know,
Yeah.
like get out of my face, kid.
Yeah,
You
well, the
know?
big difference now is we actually have YouTube and shit. When I went to college, we were it was just the internet. I had dial up then in college,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Watch it.
but you
load on the
could,
screen.
I mean, you didn't have YouTube or anything like that to,
Yeah.
like now, if
YouTube
something goes wrong with the
University.
car, you can go, hey, how the hell do you
Oh,
do
there's-
this? And
yeah.
it'll show you exactly how to do it, and you can learn it. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you can. If you want to learn it,
ridiculous.
it's out there.
that's how I've learned graphic design and cell phone repair. I mean, both, but I mean, you got to still put time in, obviously,
yeah.
but that's how I got a start on it, was just doing it on my own, and then did it enough that I went, okay, well, I could use this service to somebody else, you know. And
That's
Yeah.
how Cole's gonna become a porno actor. Just learning it, and he's just gonna.
I just got to get my picture out there with the hair.
you'd be
Yeah,
famous
just
with that
come.
hair.
Oh yeah.
For people that can't see Cole or don't know Cole, Cole's got one of the greatest afros you've ever seen. And he's, how long have you had that since?
Not my freshman year of high school, so
Yeah.
9 years now. Yeah.
And he's white. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
so you guys know. I mean,
Almost albino. Like
He's-
all three of my siblings have red hair, so
Yeah.
you can imagine how white I am.
Well, I do have red hair, so I
yeah,
get it.
no, yeah.
Totally get it. Actually, I was just teasing your sister the other day. I was like, I don't know how you do it, but how the hell's a Ginge get that tan? Because
Yeah, I know.
my freckles just grow together. I don't like actually get a tan. It's like,
Just freckles just start expanding.
yeah, that's fuck. It's crazy. So, how much longer you got in school?
Just a semester, hopefully.
And then you
Just taking those 2 classes, and then I'm taking a co-op for 3 credits just to get upper division credits, so I don't have to take
so what are you
more shit.
what are you gonna do
classes.
with your degree? You just keep working where you're at, or you think you'll?
I
go
don't
somewhere
know.
else?
Want to go somewhere for a little
what,
bit.
Yeah.
just get
what are
the
you getting a degree in then? What's
automotive technology. Yeah,
It's
bachelor's.
just you've been doing nothing but online school then, pretty much, or
No, I was there for almost 5 years, 4.5.
Oh.
And then just this semester, I came back after Christmas and decided to just finish online.
Shows how much I pay attention, I guess. I don't-
It's because he drives back and forth all the time,
Yeah,
so you
I
always
here
see him
every
still.
fucking weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
God forbid you miss something in Malta.
Well, hell, it's fucking so boring there.
Yeah,
I've always said I'd rather live in Malta than Havre anyway.
Yeah, I can find more to do.
yeah
It's
but
not like,
Yeah.
Haver has it though.
yeah,
Yeah,
you don't want it. That's right.
Yeah.
it's one of those things you can't kick. Yeah, no, it's I've always thought that, and even like the few times that I've partied in the bars in Havre and stuff, I mean, there's been some good parties, but I've never like thought, man, this is
Yeah.
a great party town or anything like that. It just ends up.
It should
just
be.
like
'Cause it's a college town,
Yeah.
you know. It should be
It
better, but
sucks. The house parties there's basically no house parties there.
Huh.
My
Yeah.
freshman year was good, and then from there it was straight downhill. Mad. It was
what made you
Gross.
want to go to automotive then? Anyway, what?
well because I decided I was going to college about 3 weeks before I graduated.
So you
I
just
had
kind of
like a
just
kind of
kind
had something that I kind of had knowledge about, So
Same
just-
thing happened to me.
But at least you stuck with it, you know.
Yeah.
Most people go to college and they're like, well, I'm going to do this, and then they just go for like a year, or
Yeah, well,
and,
Then you're-
and change, or just quit, or
Then
My
your car
freshman-
gets stolen like mine
Yeah.
did. My pickup got stolen. That's why I came home.
My junior year, second day I moved into my buddy in his apartments. We went down to the bar, and in the morning he came in my room. He's like, "Was my pickup outside last time you got home?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, it's not there anymore."
Oh shit!
Straight stole it right out from front of the
find it?
apartments.
Oh,
No,
jeez.
it's
Mine was gone too.
Long
Mine
gone.
probably straight to Mexico or
Yeah.
something. But
it's in Rocky Boy in the hills.
there was
we're going to Tijuana.
when I called the cops, they told me, "Yeah, we'll write a report. There's 100 cars a night stolen out of Phoenix." And I was like, Thanks,
that,
guys.
Yeah, mine's gone.
and that was a long time ago. I'm sure it's way worse
Yeah.
now. You know, I mean,
that was in 2001. So,
Jesus.
but I did the same as you, Cole. What my dad owned the motorcycle shop here in Malta, and I graduated high school, and I knew I wanted to do something, but I didn't really know what. And like Bret and I talked on that car trip, I said what I should have did was just went into sales with my dad. I'd have been way better at that end,
Yeah.
or just doing the advertising, marketing. That I've always been good at that end. But I thought, well, how do you run a bike dealership without knowing how to mechanic, that kind of
Yeah.
thing? So, and the only
well,
thing,
yeah, and you kind of need that, you know. But
well, and I'd originally wanted to work for a race team, like a dirt bike race team. I literally went to specialize in dirt bikes, is what my whole plan was. So I went down there, and right when I got to college, I actually got a job at Piper Performance, which was the best suspension shop in the goddamn world. So I got to work. I was still just the parts guy and whatnot, but I got to work under like some of the best people there.
Yeah.
But I was 18, 19 and still like to drink every night. And I mean, you take a small Malta boy all the way down to Phoenix and show me the clubs and the everything else going on down there, man.
Good
And
luck
I never
learning
did.
the
I
first
didn't lose the
semester.
job for that. I just moved home because of my pickup got
'cause
stolen.
you didn't have a vehicle.
Well, yeah, and so my insurance paid for a car for a month, and I stayed a whole nother month driving this little Geo Metro. And then once that ran up, my dad's like, "Well, come home. We'll figure out a vehicle. We'll figure out what you're doing. Blah blah blah." And I just knew Phoenix was gonna be bad news at that age anyway.
Yeah.
You'd have died.
I mean, maybe no.
Yeah,
I mean, the weird thing, like I got to work the Supercross, like on the floor. I got to do some cool shit, like right in the field that I want to do. But it was still one of those things when you first get out of your parents' house
You're
and
too young.
Yeah,
your independence, you get that feeling.
you
It's
literally
so
should
nice.
go fuck off for a year or 3 before
yeah.
you decide what you're gonna do, and then you kind of get a feel of what maybe you want to do. I mean,
Your parents probably told you that to start with. You should feel fuck off. And
yeah, I don't think they did. It was more of a, and it wasn't even so much like I'm gonna go to university or I'm gonna do that, but it was out of high school in Malta. You want to get out of town,
Yeah.
and you want to do something. And I was like, well, there's motorcycle mechanics, and I want to get as far fucking away as I could. So Phoenix was, I'd never even been to Phoenix before. We literally drove down there. I found a guy and rented an apartment before we got there. Drove there, looked up the classified ads, bought a table and like shit. My parents like dropped me off and were gone in 2 days. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm pretty good independent anyway. So I
Yeah.
drove around town and found shit. And
Just get your bearings set there.
yeah, the very first night I'm walking, it's like an apartment complex of 400 apartments. I'm walking around looking for my mailbox, and I run into this guy. He goes, hey, you drink? You party? I go, yeah, why not? He goes, here, I mixed you up a screwdriver, and he hands me this drink. And it ended up being my roommate, Aaron Brown was his name, and that night we ended up getting all shit-faced, and he stayed on my couch and never left. But
I just like how, I'm from a small town. I'll take a drink from a stranger.
yeah, I mean, he seemed friendly, but it ended up being. I was glad I had him there because he was a pretty big dude and tough as nails. Lived in Phoenix his whole life, and like,
Thick skin.
so we seen some shit when I was in Phoenix, and I was glad to have him on my side. So
See what I don't get I don't remember in high school, like when you're going to graduate, you have like a guidance counselor. Do you remember him ever talking to you and telling you should go this way or you should? I don't ever.
They just push you into going to college.
mine
I don't
yeah.
even remember
was.
that really. I mean,
Mine kind of
my
came down
memory's
to
not good anyway, but I don't remember. I thought they were supposed to kind of guide you into
Yeah.
something, and
I was too ADHD in high school that I think
just
they were
in
ready to
just in high school,
well, all the time, but
it wore off finally.
no, they were. I think more than anything, they were just like, get him the fuck out of here. And then I do remember the guidance counselor going, well, hey, since you're the only one going to this kind of trade school, there's actually some scholarships that we can get you. And I got a few scholarships to it, but motorcycle mechanics institute was fucking expensive.
I bet it was.
Because it's a specialized school, and
Like
That
Ohio, it's like $90,000 a year.
yeah, I think this was like 17 to 20 or something like that per year was all, but that was in 01 too.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, plus
plus I got a pickup stolen.
plus a $12,000 pickup or whatever it was worth.
And they didn't have dorms or anything, so you rented
So
on your
you're off,
own. And
yeah.
I learned Phoenix quick, man. I'd never, well, for once living up here, I'd never been around any gangs or seen anything like that. And I was at 4 or 5 parties that people were like, we were shot at, like different shit. That we were in a car one time that fucking driving down the interstate, and this guy like he's trying to wave at him, and the other dude whips out a gun and just goes pink, shoots, and it hits the back trunk of the car, and we're like fuck, and just turned off the interstate. I mean, freaking out. We'd literally been shot at, but that's like literally if you go in the wrong spot, that's a daily occurrence down there. We'd party in these spots where rival gangs would rap against each other, which was okay. They'd freestyle. And then, like, eventually somebody would say some shit or something had happened, and
everything would
fucking
just go
guns
haywire.
would come out every time. I mean, they were quick to grab guns every time. And the biggest thing for me is you watch them hold their damn gun over their head and shoot like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm from Montana. If I'm going to shoot, I'm going to shoot to kill. And
You're gonna die.
of course, and my dad did leave me with a pistol down there, thankfully. So
Yeah, no shit.
Probably in the pickup when it got stolen.
no, it was in my closet actually. But yeah,
Doesn't do you any
keep
good in
bringing
there.
up the
no,
pickup.
when the pickup. But yeah,
Well,
I pulled into my house that night. It was late. It was like 1:30 or 2 in the morning. We'd been partying. Went back into my house, and I went back out there at 6 in the morning to go to work, and I'm like, "Fuck's my pickup? Just gone, dude!" Like,
how wasted was I?
yeah. Well, that was the feeling too. And I lived in a gated community and everything, but here, like 3 days before that, my other buddy from Texas, his name was Cole, and he ended up getting his Dodges back then were a popular thing to be stolen. I don't know if they're easier to break into or what, but
I'm sure
just a
that
popular
must have been
pickup.
at the time, 'cause
Yeah.
I think it goes in waves with that
Yeah.
shit. That
And his was a Dodge, almost like mine, stolen. Yeah. Shitty
Where's
times.
my dude? Where's
Yeah.
my car?
Yeah, it was I remember my boss being kind of mad at me that I wasn't showing up at work that day, and I'm like, they stole my fucking pickup, man. Like, I mean, he acted like you're supposed to deal with that down there. Like, get a taxi or something and figure it out later. But no, I actually, I'm still friends with my boss on Facebook now from down there, and he moved to Texas and still he runs a dyno bike shop. He's like major performance guy. He could, as far as tuning a bike, I've never met a guy on a higher level than him. And he did, at the time, like all the top freestyle motocrosser suspension and all the big supercross guys and anything that wasn't factory racers like from Honda. He did their suspension that were sponsored by by ProTech Racing. But
Crazy.
it was crazy. Anyway, enough about me. How about that coronavirus? Good thing we live up here, huh?
Yeah, no shit.
What do you guys think about it? You think I get that it's spreading and freaking out, but even in Malta tonight, our toilet paper's flying off the shelves here too.
Is it really?
It's gone in Havre in Walmart. There's no toilet paper in Gary Leo's.
See, I thought about being a smartass and just going buying a shitload here just to fuck with people, but I'm like, no, that's just going to cost me a bunch of money. And then
the big thing about that is that China stopped exporting all their toilet paper.
Yeah, well, we have trees in America too.
Yeah, no, someone's going to pick it up. Toilet paper is demand, so supply and demand. Someone's going to do it.
What I hope is this is where America actually puts in bidets in all their toilets. Because like that internet meme that says, if you got shit on any other part of your body, would you just smear it around with this until you feel like it's gone, or would you wash it? I mean,
yeah.
Luckily, I got a sink right in front of my toilet, and if I got to just poop and shower, I will. But I don't.
In the sink?
No, in the shower. My shower's right next to my toilet.
Well, you said
too,
the sink. You're like the sink's
no,
right from like.
I'm saying there's a sink in front. Like if I gotta wet something down and wipe my ass, I can. I guess if we run out of toilet paper.
I got a washcloth and.
I'm already thinking of what I gotta maybe do. You know.
Yeah. I got a washcloth and washer and dryer.
I can't believe that it's getting low in Malta. That's just weird. That I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't. But it happened like 9/11 and all the same. Anything that's a crisis sort of thing. That's for some reason toilet paper is.
I get that it could be a real scare, but I'm just one of those guys that I've done enough things. Like, I mean, dude, I've jumped my dirt bike over 200 feet through the air before. I kind of have a tough time getting worried about that kind of thing. Like, I'm like, I could get T-boned walking across the street or something, you know.
But worrying about it ain't going to help anyway.
No, I mean, I could stock up.
It's not going to change anything. I mean...
You take a chance of living every day you get out of bed. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, I got to go live in my cabin and fucking fish for a living, you know. Or, I mean, but...
Oh, God forbid. Oh, that would be terrible.
I mean, we do live in Montana. That's way different than living in a city and getting quarantined by the National Guard and all that shit, but...
But, like, the toilet paper deal, I don't get it either. Because I'm like, there's other, you know, I mean... I can make toilet paper out of a magazine or what, you know, I mean, that's not a necessity, really. I mean, it's a necessity, but you can find a different way to get it, basically.
My dad used to tell me the trick. You rip out a piece of a magazine, you rub it together a whole bunch, and then it'll soften up enough to be a toilet paper.
I think I've heard him tell that before.
It works. I've been there before. Dad's been like,
and then
out hunting or something, you know.
And then, like, anything, soap and all that's you know, but...
The Purell, the hand sanitizer.
But I'm like, to me, if you're buying a whole shitload of it, I'm like, you're greedy or something, you know. I mean, you're
taking away from people that need it too.
Yeah, you're screwing everybody else over.
You're trying not to get it. You got to let other people not get it too.
So I'm not going to get it if I have this, but then Travis is going to get it because he doesn't have the hand sanitizer. So guess what? Now, you know, I mean,
in a way, we're lucky that because we live in the middle. I know Glasgow's going to claim the middle of nowhere, but we live in the middle of nowhere. If you look at the map of where the coronavirus has hit, it's like we're all the way
it's just
4
like
states away from everything.
Cell phone maps, you know, and they're the areas we cover in Montana. It's just the outline behind of everybody.
Yeah. And they did say today that there's somebody from Montana, but they're not in Montana at this point. Yeah. Has it, but she doesn't
stay the fuck out.
They haven't even been in Montana for like 3 months or something, they said. So I'm like, how do you even claim that Montana, it's still...
Well, I remember, like...
She's from here, but that doesn't
matter.
To
me, I mean, so the corovirus is something, it's almost like a cold you get, and then, like, you die of this cold. Whether you're... Sometimes it's young or old, which I should be scared, I guess, if I got kids and stuff, but to me, when that Ebola scare was up, that worried me more, like, you're going to bleed out of your face type thing before you die. Like, that...
not just you're
Sounds
gonna,
terrible.
You're going to
Like,
get a common cold.
I don't wanna get-
basically,
And then
with the
get pneumonia. I'd
coronavirus.
rather
But-
get pneumonia and
I mean, more
and
people
bleed
die
out
from
my
pneumonia,
face.
don't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. That's what it like symptoms like of pneumonia when there's severe cases.
I get everybody's scared that it's starting to spread and that it can kill you fast and this and that. And maybe I'm way off base. Maybe I should be freaking out. But to me, fuck, I know people that have died of heart disease. I know people that have died of, cancer and everything. I mean, like, I'm more worried about trying to eat semi-healthy to keep that away than, I don't know. I guess if you got to lock yourself down for months on end. But to me, this is the fucking conspiracy theorist in me. Something like this pops up every time we have an election year.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
it is. That's kind of the thing.
Is that a true thing or not a true thing? But, eh.
There's
I don't know,
the,
all the division championships for the March Madness, it's just all
Crowdless.
faculty, then close family members is the only people that are coming.
Oh, they're even letting close family members.
That's the one I read.
I read today that they're just like, it's going to, only the people they need, and it's going to be crowdless.
it's
That's
fucking
a way
crazy.
different environment to play in. That would be nuts.
Yeah, well, if you're the guy that owns NBC, you're going to be pumped about that of all the people trying to watch your channel.
Yeah, I bet you they put it all on pay-per-view.
it's
Who
always
knows?
it's a conspiracy in me. There's something it's a scare for something
Making
else
money.
so that I can sweep something else under the rug or
Well,
so,
and it all-
I mean, look over here, don't look here. And
Yep.
It all started out you heard all about all the protesters in Hong Kong, and then all of a sudden it was the virus
Yep.
over there, and nothing about the protesters over there. All about the virus.
And then I get a kick out of how it's a new deal, but you see everybody with the Lysol deals that it's on the back of a Lysol container.
Simpsons predicted it years
Oh,
ago.
that's
Did you guys see that?
Yep.
Did you
Imagine
see that?
I didn't see that one.
You're
but
gonna have to go to YouTube
I
and
always
check it
see
out.
it that Simpsons predict everything. It
Simpsons
seems like,
predicted
and
it years ago, and I think they even called it the coronavirus too.
Yeah, they did.
Yep. Years ago.
Matt Groening is a
He's
time
an alien.
traveler or
Him and
something.
him and
I had to do a paper on him in school.
Elon Musk are both time traveler aliens or something. Who knows? No, I like that's what I like when I get Noah in here. We can go deep down that rabbit hole of. He watches some of those conspiracy theories too, and you can actually. You never know what it is, but you like to look in. Who the fuck knows? Really?
They
none of us.
Once you start going down a rabbit hole like that, you'll just spiral down, and it doesn't.
Yeah. We just. For one, nobody on this earth really knows the purpose of any kind of life, or what. Like what we're here for. We're here. We all work until we die. We raise kids, and we do or whatever. But none of us even know what. So you really don't know. Fuck, it could be a conspiracy
I
or a
remember seeing
fucking
that one,
theory or could be we could all be a simulation, is what even like Elon Musk says.
Yeah, I don't know if
I don't know if I do
You
either,
never
because
know. You know what I mean?
I feel like I'd be a better gamer than this if I.
Yeah, no shit.
But then again, maybe not. I don't really game too much anymore.
Rhodes is like, I feel like I'd be taller in my own simulation.
I know. Just a non-player character type guy. That
Just the general character that you get when you first start the game.
I don't know. I can't bitch. I got it. I'm not rich or anything, but I enjoy my life for sure. I do a lot of random things. I live in a tiny, stupid little town, but try to make it as cool as possible, And
It's all about what you make it.
yeah.
You can bitch about Malta. Everybody does, but
I was more miserable
They
in
never
Phoenix.
leave.
No.
I
or
know-
they leave and they come back, and it's.
I'll tell you this. I know I was way more miserable in Phoenix, and I was way more miserable in Billings. Both places by far. The only other place that I had maybe more fun was like when I lived in Deadwood was cool. I'd move back, but that's a small town also.
Mhm.
But for one, the connections that I know in Malta make it possible for me to do the things that I do, and then like I said, I was being able to get a skate park and push that through. And who gets to do that in a big city? There's no way I'm the forefront of something like that,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the thing with a small town like this is something happens or this or that. Everybody knows you, and everybody's willing to help out.
Community's
And
good.
Speaking of, are you guys getting warmer yet? I wonder how that fire's going. Should we take a quick break and check it out?
we might have to take a piss break and
Yeah.
go look. And
We gotta make sure we're not gonna start on fire, because we're not even kidding. It's my neighbor right behind us that their house is completely on fire, and we're sitting in here podcasting.
ex neighbor
20 yards
Yeah.
max.
Yep. No, all right, we'll be right back. Coming up. Yeah, we're back. Sorry, I set it back just a little bit, but we were just sitting in here talking about old pickup motors and shit, and I said, well, why don't we just podcast that? Because, like Bret said, normally a podcast will do, and it's like 2-3 hours of the podcast, but we've been in here for 6 hours, and it's because we sit and bullshit and realize we weren't on the mics.
We do a podcast on the side.
Yeah,
too.
we do 2 podcasts in one. You just don't get the good one.
Well, we had to check out the house that's still not. It's not burned down. It's still smoking like a son of a bitch, but.
Firefighters are out there pouring a shit ton of water on it still, and they're going to be there all night if they keep doing it that way, I think. I mean,
Yeah, I think that it's.
They'll be there till morning, I bet.
It's the way they got to do it. I mean, you can't just let her flare up and go. And
Or if they put any retardant on it, just to help it,
if it was
smolder and suffocate it a little bit more. You know what I mean? That
the
powder.
foam stuff or whatever they got.
should we tell them we have one in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. That word's illegal to say now, they say, but no,
not in Montarctica, it isn't.
Yeah. Oh,
Retardant is still a legit word. I mean, it's you
They're
put it
using
on
it on the
fires
fire.
and it's
no, I said that as we were walking out. I said comedians get away with anything they want to say now, you know, or whatever, because it's
hardly.
comedy. Well, I know, but hardly. But the thing is that, like we were talking, racist jokes from a comedian are hilarious if you can take them as a joke. It's a fucking joke. Don't get so bent out of shape about. I mean, like, I get ginger jokes thrown at me all the time, and I laugh because they're fucking true. Like, it's funny. Like, when somebody makes a good sunburn joke, I laugh because it's fucking true, and I've got thick enough skin to bust it off. But I guess when I was in probably junior high, I'd get a little mad about it. You know, I mean, it'd bug a guy then until you got
grow up and
seasoned to it. You know, you got.
If you're worried about that, it's going to be a long fucking life.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell my oldest boy that too. Like, there's certain kids have been picking on him and shit. And a lot of times it happens because he's actually really smart, but he's not super athletic or anything like that. So at that age, you know, any kid that's athletic's gonna.
Kids are fucking
they're little pricks.
Yeah.
But they're gonna
Exactly, yeah.
they're gonna look down on him at that. And I keep telling him to try and stand up for himself. And I'm like, you might get beat up, but the pain's eventually gonna go away. And I go, I don't care whether
But
you kick him in the balls or whether you fucking sabotage their wrestling bag or whatever, you know, like, I go, there's ways to get back. And I go, the best way to ever get back is to have thick skin and be able to fucking get them right back with your mouth.
I thought you were going to say fuck their mother. That's where I was thinking you were going with that. Cause
I'll tell him that one when he's 16, maybe.
Okay.
Like, I'll wait. I don't want to. I'll wait till puberty hits at least. He's fucking 12. But no, and same thing. I hated it so bad. I remember junior high being kind of miserable for a few, you know, some kids were dickheads to me, and it was almost exactly that. It was because I wasn't that athletic. But then eventually, if you work your ass off, you'll gain respect. I mean, not only like just athletics, but I mean, if you find your own passion and follow it. I mean, my big one was like, finally I started racing motocross, and like, there ain't nobody else in the fucking county jumping a bike as far as I was, type of thing, you know. But it was something else I found that I could be passionate about, and then then you gain respect from other people through that type of thing. But
no, but I think that's, you know, kids are assholes, whether it's junior high or high school. But I think that's why people nowadays are the way they are too, is because at a certain point everybody got mad because kids are picking on kids and this and that. But it helps you grow up and you deal with the shit better. You know, I mean, you're not getting your feelings hurt later in life. Yeah, it might be rough now, but and I realize
it's really hard to tell a 12-year-old that though too. You know, like go, hey, by the time you're 20, you're gonna love that this happened to you.
And some people go too far. You know, 'cause I mean, there's kids that hurt themselves or do something because you know people are picking on them. You know, but like I don't know, when we were in junior high, that was just part of it. That was you know, but you don't think about it at that time either. That you're actually you might be doing serious damage to somebody, but.
And I know I was, like, as a group, there was certain kids that I was maybe mean to back. I mean, it was funny to tease people type of thing.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dick.
But fuck. We tease Randy more than you. But no, the biggest thing to me was, like, I wasn't big enough to actually, like, I mean, if I decide to get pissed and throw a punch, I'm probably getting my ass kicked. And a couple times that did happen. I'd get mad enough to throw the first punch, and then I mean, everything always got broke up.
Well, they know you're not fucking around after
you knew.
that.
Well, that was it. That's what I told Braden.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I know you don't know how to throw that good of a punch, but if somebody comes up to you and they're in your face, I don't care if you bite their fucking nose off. What I mean, like, I'm gonna
It's not like
if the
somebody's
school calls and says that you retaliated and you're in ISS.
Good
I'm gonna go attaboy.
Yeah.
Not getting me in trouble at home.
But But the same point, he's smaller, just like I was. I mean, I was way smaller than everybody my age, and it's gonna suck because they're gonna kick your ass. But the thing is nobody really likes to be in a fight.
No. Oh no.
It-
No.
It don't matter.
Your
Like,
fist hurt or your face hurt.
well,
Yeah,
and that,
you never come
and
out
or
on
you
top.
get in trouble. Like if it, you can sit and make fun of somebody behind the coach's back all day, but if it comes down to a fight in the locker room, the coach is grabbing one kid and he's fucking throwing him off the team or doing whatever,
Yeah, do what he has to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in like junior high, you're not gonna get your beat. You're not gonna get just beat up hard.
No.
I mean,
Well, they don't.
it's not. Yeah.
The thing with him, like you get to that age in junior high where if you haven't hit puberty, and some kids are already like fucking almost 6 foot tall type,
Yeah.
you don't, honestly, you don't really stand a chance as far as, and I was, at that age, I was meek and mild too until I hit high school and like started weights, and even then I was still small. I was a 98-pound wrestler, 105, 112 at like my highest. And I mean, like right now I weigh 170, so I'm not a huge guy.
What?
Yeah, solid
Wow.
muscle here. Look at
I was just looking at my fucking little brother yesterday. I haven't sat down and just actually looked up at how big he's got. His
yeah.
forearms are fucking bigger than mine. I'm like, he's gonna enjoy my last few fucking days as being the biggest
Yeah.
kid in the family. It's coming.
Well, that's part of it too. Is the big brother eventually, like your younger, more athletic little brother, you realize like, I mean, hopefully you still got your thumb on him enough that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he
You know.
doesn't fuck with me. He knows not to.
Hopefully they're scared and they don't know any better yet.
That's
They're-
like Andreas and Antonio, man. If they start wrestling in our house, like it's a couple bulls in a china cabinet.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
fucking huge, both of them. And Antonio's like his shoulders are wide as shit, and he's strong
Samir
as
has
hell
to
too.
turn sideways to go through a
And-
door.
But now you look at Andreas, man. I think he's taller than Antonio now, but he's getting pretty fucking big himself and
Yeah.
full on athlete. But
they start wrestling around, just get out the hot shot and poke
Yeah.
them a couple times. And,
well,
Outside.
yeah.
that was the thing I learned too. Is a little. I mean, it took a while, but you learn a lot of the dirty old man tricks, or like just you learn how to fight as a little guy. I mean, as
Yeah.
far as like even wrestling Weasel Wars, we'd go attack another team. I'd learn what worked for me and what not to do. I mean, there are certain things that still hurt everybody.
You did a lot of shin biting, didn't you?
No, at one point I had a cast on it. They take them down. I'd rub the cast on their forehead, but no. I mean, I'm a good enough wrestler that if I can hang on to somebody pretty well,
Yeah.
like. But you learn some of those things as you grow up, and like I keep trying to tell Braden, I know it fucking sucks right now, but when you're 25, 30, and you got some thick skin and you can take some shit and dish it back and not be shy about it, you're actually going to appreciate that you did get picked on.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
it toughens you up. It's good, I mean,
I see a couple of those high school athletes that were studs back when I was in school, and now they don't even have a fucking leg to stand on to make
Yeah.
fun of me.
Yeah.
Like to me, I'm going,
and if you say something to them now, they're probably still going to get butthurt. Where
Yeah.
say
They
it to
will.
you, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I hear this every day. It's
Yeah.
not.
Heard it every day my whole life.
Yeah.
Nothing new now.
No, that's the thing. It toughens you up. It's good for you to a point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a stage that it's too much.
oh yeah.
but
I wish everybody would get along, but it's and I was always pretty friendly to no matter whoever, but
Yeah. It's easier to be friendly to people when
kids
they
at
try to
that
hate
age,
everyone.
they start making a hierarchy. They try to
Oh, yeah,
because
it's a pecking order.
you're in
It's
junior high. You're
know.
trying to impress some girls, and you're
Yeah.
trying to impress your buddies, and like to be cool. It's weird.
Yeah.
I've told him that many times, saying like, Bryn, this will be
Oh yeah, as
like
smart
when you
as
get.
he is, he's
Yeah, I mean he's brilliant. I go someday you're going to be living in a big house on the hill or whatever you choose to do.
yeah.
You're going to be super happy. I go, dude,
You won't even think back to this. I mean,
these kids don't even know that you come home and you can play like 7 Metallica songs on the guitar. I go, as soon as you show that off in front of the school, you're going to gain some clout for
Yeah, for
of things
real.
that other kids can't do.
Yeah.
But nobody even knows that that kind of shit.
yeah. When he gets a little older, that'll play
Oh.
in. But in junior high or anything like that, it's not.
No,
Like when high school hits and all the girls see that he can play guitar and shit, he's gonna be cock of the walk.
Yeah.
And everybody's gonna be looking at him going, "Wow."
yeah, how the
That's,
hell did you
you
get
know,
that good at that
yeah.
age? I mean, like, honestly, he learns songs faster than I do right now, and he's at 12. He took my guitar in the room the other day. I bought this new amp, and I go, hey, go play with that new amp or whatever. He comes back and he learned he learned one, and then he learned another really good Metallica song, and I'm like, well, show me, because I'd never even learned that one yet. I go, show me how to play it. And he like rips through it, and I go,
He learned it just by listening to it, or like
He'll-
like on the internet.
he'll
watching,
either
or?
he'll either get tabs, so that shit tells you where your fingers are supposed to go and shit, or he'll watch things and
Yeah.
I've never been
Internet's
able to
fucking
play the
crazy,
guitar.
man.
Well, we try. We had a teacher out south that kind of taught us a little bit. But what I get a kick out of is the people that can listen to a song, and then
Yep,
just
play
pick
it by
it
ear.
up by listening to it.
See,
Like
I can actually, and I should do that more often. A lot of times when I try to learn a song myself, I'll go to look for a lesson of it, which sometimes they, especially on YouTube, they'll set you off playing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like they'll play their version, but if I actually listen to a song, I can normally just grab it and like pick up where it's at and play along with it. Like I'm not saying I'm good by any means, but I mean I can.
you can the notes by ear and everything.
Yeah, I mean I can.
Yeah.
You can just hear it, and I can find. But the thing I enjoy the most about guitar is I make up my own riffs all the time. I just grab my guitar and just jam
Yeah.
all the time, and that's what I love doing the most.
And especially if you can walk up down the scales, it makes it fun.
Oh,
too.
I wish that I had a place that had like a drummer and a bass player. I mean, if you lived in a bigger city and had the dedication, it'd be fun to actually make a band. But
yeah.
in Malta, everybody's a guitar player, lead singer. You got
Yep.
fucking 70 of them, and a lot of them are talented. You know,
Yeah,
like,
for real.
Not me. I'm triangle all day.
I've been looking for a triangle player the whole time.
Oh
No,
man,
More cowbell.
you're my guy.
let's talk money.
Well, bands don't make that much anymore, so
Yeah.
you're gonna get clearly
Better
the
off just
biggest
going off by
cut.
yourself, making some SoundCloud raps.
Have you ever tried to play guitar?
Like I said, we learned from a teacher that we had when we were out at the country school. Me and my brother learned like a little bit, but he was, it wasn't. We learned like one song and that was it. And he tried to, but
I should send
I
you
don't
home
know.
with one because you're out there all the time by yourself. You could just plunk around. I mean, like it's literally how you learn. That's how I learned. I'm self-taught.
I can't get my left wrist to go far enough because I broke my arm up in here, so this one doesn't curve far enough. I'd almost
Yeah,
have to try to
that's
play
what it's from.
left-handed.
he's just crippled in
I'm
that.
serious, dude.
He
I
just-
can bend this one back way far.
Well, you remember how I broke my wrist in the skate park?
Yeah.
That's actually how they found out that my wrist was not healing right. I was in in the splint for 6 weeks or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, you should be good to go." They X-rayed it and everything, and I'm like, I could not turn my hand over to play my guitar.
Mhm.
I go, so I went back to the doctor, and then they X-rayed a couple different spots, and they go, "Oh shit, well we missed. The bone was actually split here and grown apart," and so I had to go get my wrist rebroke, and now I can play, but it definitely isn't the same as it was before. But I mean, I've learned
You
to deal
adapt-
with it, that
adapt to
thing.
it.
Yeah, and but I grew up with my dad, who's a stud country singer, guitar player,
Mm-hmm.
and he always wanted to teach me stuff, but I literally never wanted to learn from him for some reason, which is
Yeah,
stupid.
well,
Well,
It's your
that-
dad telling you.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
young though. That's
Dad, you know.
Somebody
Exactly.
else could have
Yeah.
wanted to teach you, and you'd have probably learned. But yeah, at that age, yeah.
I wish
You
I
don't
learned
wanna-
from my grandpa. I was way too young though. He was a really good banjo guitar player.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, and my dad would play old country, and all I wanted to know was how to play rock and roll with distortion. And my dad literally has played acoustic guitar his whole life. He straight up didn't know how to tell me how to get. He's like, well, you can buy a pedal like a fuzz box and whatever, but then he didn't know that like you can just buy the right amp and crank it up and the gain, and he's
It's
just
just
always been
yeah.
he's always just had the cleanest sounding fucking country guitar you could ever have.
Yeah.
And then you didn't have the internet when he learned. He's a sit by the radio and listen guy and learn everything. It's impressive to me.
Oh, remember Logan Webber, the Whitmers?
Yep.
Logan could play by ear. It was pretty crazy. He'd just pick it up and just start playing. Probably one of the best guitar players I've heard.
As soon as I think that I like get a good jam, I'll look on YouTube and there's like a 7-year-old kid just shredding. I'm like, why do I even try? But I wish there was more live bands around. It's almost a dead
Yeah, it's
industry
dying
around
out.
our area anyway.
Yeah, they get like the brewery in Havre gets quite a few.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they're,
they got a. I met a kid in college. His name's Caleb Schaefer. He's trying to rap, and he's been doing shows there quite often. He's been doing. I think he's done like 2, and he's got 2 more planned for the summer. So they bring stuff in like that,
and
which is really cool.
I think that Old Station Brewery. I think every weekend, damn near, they have
Yeah, they have something
bands.
going on.
You know, I mean,
That guy in our last comedy show, the Paul that tore his shirt off and Were you at the last one?
Yeah, yeah.
He does an open mic there,
Oh, really?
Paul Verity, and for one, like comedy bands, the only way that you can ever learn in front of somebody is actually do
Doing
it.
it,
And
you gotta go
if
and
we
do
live
it.
in Malta and nobody's hiring, or
Yeah.
doing an open mic or anything, how the fuck do you learn in front of them? And so he's doing these open mics for comedians, and I keep trying to convince Mike. I go, if you go down and do 5 minutes, I go, we'll take a road trip. If you do 5 minutes, I'll do 5 minutes. And I got I've written down a few that I think could be stand-up jokes type of thing, but I'd love to just try it once, whether I bomb or don't bomb.
Just go up there and do
I
it.
just want to
just go do
fucking
it.
see what it's like.
You
like,
can say you did it anyway.
yeah, I mean, and if who knows, maybe the couple things that I got to say are funny.
Yeah, no shit.
And I know, well, the biggest thing is for me is provoking Mike, because I know that he could fucking do it. He's hilarious, and if he actually wrote things down, he could kill it as a
Mike who?
comedian. Peigneux.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're all right. Open the beer. We don't hold
It
back.
just
on-
always sounds so loud when you listen to it
Oh,
later.
yeah. I need to hear more stories from you. I always listen to it later, and then I hear myself talking too much. I don't- It's always been my problem.
It's never a bad thing. Someone's got to talk. Break the
Yeah.
silence every now and then. You know, it always gets awkward.
It's a terrible bad thing. That's why school sucked for me.
Some people talk and other people listen. That's just
Yeah.
I had teachers that were all about saying like, well, I mean, you should do something like that. It was like, if I would have had somebody that told me do radio back
Mhm.
then, would have been fucking huge. Cause
Oh, yeah.
I mean, while I was at the radio station, I did well at my job, not just the on-air stuff, but as far as like the sales and shit.
Yeah.
But nobody ever guided me that way. That came out of necessity of Valine messaging me one night and go, hey, you want to come and try this a little bit? And I was like, I didn't even want to do it. But at the time, I think I was in between jobs, and I just went, yeah, fuck it, I'll try it.
that all goes back to, like I was saying earlier, the college. The guidance counselor. I don't think I don't know if that's a real thing
They're
anymore.
it's
That
just
Well,
for them to get more money.
Well, it is.
Sending you to a university.
Yeah.
That's my conspiracy theory, They don't really help you pick what, I mean,
Yeah.
they do a little bit. They have little tests that you do,
'Cause-
and they kind of try to guide you.
because
but
like
they
you
just,
going for automotive, you'd have probably been farther ahead if you'd just started working at a shop somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd have been.
I mean, I did learn some nice tricks here and there, but I mean, you just
Yeah.
it's different from doing it in the school shop from the live shop.
Well,
It's
yeah.
just there's those little things that make it different.
I think a big part of it is funding, too, because there aren't any extracurricular, like, not many programs like that are funded. It takes a lot of teachers to just devote their time and put things
Yeah.
out.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
when I was in grade school, she's actually my neighbor to the left here, Mrs. Inkrud, and she was our guidance counselor then, and she started this thing. I don't know if she was actually the one that started it, but it was called extended studies, and if we'd get like our tests done and shit in class, and because she'd take some of the smarter kids out of class, if we got done, we could go up to the computer lab and like learn some simple programming or play some different game, like things that actually interest us.
Yeah.
And then we got to go like to Boeing and go like explore the plane, but it was
Expand their
there
horizons
needs to
a
be
little
things
bit.
like that make it so kids don't get bored if they are smarter than the curriculum that you're giving them.
Yeah, and let them show that there's actually something else out there.
The No Child Left Behind sucks because you're taking the top of your class and dragging them down to the bottom. I mean, or trying to get everybody through the same lesson.
Yeah.
But where do you get your scientists from then at that point? And where do you get your, you still need people to
I mean,
be
that's all
cooks and burgers.
that's all they get.
and
That's all they get out of your general education, like the science, math,
Yeah.
all that shit. You're just gonna get your science and your philosophers and your mathematicians. I mean,
But
there's nothing.
it's a whole different thing than
they have
actually
home
doing
ec or
real
shop,
experiments.
you know?
And, yeah.
You're getting
They
the
give you a home ec and
scientists and
shop.
stuff because they're doing it on their own on the side. Like they're doing it on their own time, not in school.
Or even like just I mean, I know they have a little bit of an entrepreneurship class now, something like that, teaching kids how to start a business, or like, I think in high school if kids want to, they should all go through a simple class of starting a real world business of any kind. I mean, whether it's flipping
It's
baseball
not
cards or
hard.
what, but I mean, like, teach them how to do the books on it, teach them how to actually like promote their business, that kind of thing, and teach them how to fail. If they fail in it, then
Yeah.
go, hey, bud, it's okay. Like, here's what you owe on that. Turn around and start another one to,
Oh, that's the one thing about Haber when we were in the shop and we were doing our labs and stuff. Teachers were like, "All right, here you go." They just set us free, and then they'd let us, fail. They'd
Yeah.
do that, and then I'd be like, they'd come help us. And one teacher really pissed me off. He'd do it every time. They'd come over. Thing that I was trying, I just wasn't doing it just right, and he'd come over and he'd fucking pop out, and he'd be like, just like that, and then he'd turn around and walk away. I was like,
Yeah.
I was already
good.
there.
He's letting me fail, but it turned out good. But every time he's just like that, I was like, that's what I was doing.
And you should
2
have
seconds
to fail.
away.
Like,
Yeah, you should.
Oh yeah.
fail and also learn from somebody that's done it type of thing too.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, the thing that drives me crazy is in school you're learning from teachers. Not many of them have any other job, which I mean it's great because they devoted their life to raise our kids and shit. But not many of them have other outside job. Like
They haven't.
somebody
had,
doesn't know how to go run this store or
like an English teacher. They think everything applies to that our life is English because that's all that's ever
and
applied
you
to
well
their
and you
life,
should
you
at
know?
that point you should bring in somebody that's written like if you really like English or something, bring in somebody that's written a novel or now writes blogs or,
Yeah.
and get real world experience of
Real life example or something.
Not
to where
just-
other
they-
than like go to
Yeah.
college just to come back and be a teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And literally in the school their whole life.
to,
you know?
to show you there's something else to get into English for
Yeah.
than just
And don't get me
than
wrong,
just to be a teacher or something again. Or
It's
not
nice
that
to have
there's
that
anything,
general
not that there's
education
anything
and
wrong with
everything
that.
it is.
You know?
I had good teachers and bad teachers, and I'm thankful for the teachers, especially the ones that were awesome, you know.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, you're doing essays on Homer the Iliad, and you're blah blah blah, but you really at that point, as a high school kid, got no clue why the fuck you're doing it.
No.
You know, like why do I got to keep doing this, or why do
Right.
I got to keep
I still
over and
don't
over
know.
writing this math problem? Like,
Or reading novels and then breaking it down to try to understand what the author really meant by writing that. Like,
Yeah.
why were the curtains blue? Well, the fucking curtains were blue, man.
So
There's nothing behind that.
I mean, that's the thing too. Like, if you want me to learn algorithms and math and stuff, don't just let me learn the algorithm. Actually, let me learn where it's gonna come into real life.
Yep.
Like, I mean,
if you want
say
to
here's
go
some
farther,
engineering.
If
Yeah.
you want to go farther, let them go farther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But there's not many advanced classes. I know you can
No.
take
I think-
AP, but it's all still just
Still the same.
Everyone
yeah.
figures out, like, when you're in college, you have people that just change majors all the time.
Yep.
People wouldn't do that if you in high school. They have you'd have other classes where, you could go do your taxes or just little shit. Like we had home ec, I guess, in
Yeah.
our shop classes, but you could definitely have a lot more. Than,
if everybody, like all my teachers that knew that I talked too much would have said, "Hey, here, go grab the mic and introduce the assembly."
Yeah.
Or like do this public speaking, or like get that monkey off my back early.
Mhm.
I feel like could have went a long ways. I mean,
Yeah.
I do things now like as far jumping
put-
on stage and emceeing concerts and that kind of thing. But
You used your vice for to forward
Yeah,
you.
it
Like,
was-
be,
instead, I was getting
this-
detention for
yeah,
it.
This
Yeah.
guy talks too much. Let him do something where he can talk more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know.
use it to their advantage instead of using them against them and say that they're not going to be doing anything. I mean,
Yeah.
But high
a
school
little
doesn't
bit of
really.
inspiration.
There is nothing in high school that pushes you towards a career really any
No,
direction.
no,
I
there's not.
mean,
Not.
I guess like
Some people say that there's some classes now that are doing some of that, which I'm not in high school now, so
Yeah.
and I'm so far removed I couldn't tell you.
sometimes
when I
I
was
still
there
dream
wasn't-
that I am though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a home ec and a shop
I get
class,
older and they say the same.
Yeah, that's all you got. Yeah, home ec and shop, and that's other than that, there's nothing that.
When Mr. Gordon
What's-
was there, when they did, they had the general science and the physics class.
I learned a lot from Mr.
they-
Gordon.
They'd build, bridges out of popsicle sticks, and they do all that shit, because you'd actually learn from doing that instead of reading out of the goddamn book.
I tried so hard to get him to get the physics class while we were there because Gordon was new,
Mm-hmm.
and we had him for zoology and whatever other science class I took him for.
Probably biology.
No, I had Mrs. D for biology, but at the time he was threatening that, hey, we're gonna do an actual. But he was one of the teachers that literally would drag you outside
Yeah.
quite often
Yep.
and go, hey, grab this or like pick these plants and we're gonna go microscope them or we're
'Cause
gonna, that kind of thing.
Because even then, I think zoology was a new class at
Yeah.
that time. Because I had him for. I think I had him for zoo, but I mean
I did.
that was a new class that they added about that time. I think.
I was getting extra credit for bringing in dead animals.
me too.
I got like 100 and some % in that class because
Yeah.
he wanted skeletons for the class,
And
so
I'm
we'd
sure
bring in dead
half
animals.
Of the skeletons that were up there when he left were from you.
And there was a couple
Yeah.
of us that would go out.
That was a bonus to
Yep.
me. Were we in the same class?
I don't. It was me and Skinner, and I don't remember who else was in there, but
I don't.
we literally. I think I finished with like 102% because of that. But that was something that.
Yeah.
Not
He
only was
made
I
class
not only
fun.
was I killing the animals or whatever, but I mean not
Yeah.
that that's we were hunting.
It's yeah.
But the thing is I actually got to learn. Hey, there's their heart. This is their lungs. That's
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
hands on, you learn.
And I got extra points. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I brought in a prairie dog one time, and that thing stunk up the whole school. Like we threw it away.
I remember that.
We didn't
Yep.
dissect it. It just like I
Yep.
brought it in. We took it out of the freezer, and I'm like, oh, it just rank. It stunk the whole school up.
I so badly wanted that physics class because I've always like really been intrigued by physics, and
Yeah.
I've always kind of wanted to be. As a kid, I kind of wanted to be an inventor. Like
Yeah,
thinking that.
and then you're doing stuff with your hands too. And
Well, and then jumping dirt bikes and building ramps is literally physics
Yeah,
101.
yeah.
I mean, that's looking at, hey, this goes this way. I need this much of a downslope. I need this to hold up.
I'm gonna end up over here in the weeds.
Yeah, I mean, but that was, I begged for that class, and it never did come along while I was still in there, so I never got to take it. But-
Larry's gonna
Yeah.
end up over here.
And he
Yeah.
left after my
out.
junior year. Mr. Gordon left. I begged him to stay for my senior year so I could take physics because the only way I could have took it was his general class, which was 6th period, but it was banned right after
Yeah.
lunch. So he's like, yeah, I'll stay, and then he left. I was like, just wanted to play with rockets and rocket sleds and everything.
Is it-
God.
Go ahead.
It's one of those things we were talking about earlier, like you saying Gordon left when you were,
Mhm.
like he just got there when we were there.
He was new to us.
The
Yep.
age difference between us is just, I don't know.
Yeah, we're almost double your age.
Yep.
What are you, 22, 23?
23. Just turned 23 in February.
Okay, not quite double your age, but
No.
I'm 37. Are you 37 too? Or are you 38?
38.
Yeah, and then
Or no, I'll be
You're
38.
I was gonna say
I'll
you're.
be
I know
38.
you're barely older than me. When's your
Yeah.
birthday?
May.
I
But
kind of really noticed like age difference doesn't really matter. When I started working at Joe's with Dwight, one of the most he was a boss at first, but then just instantly like into a
yeah.
friend almost.
Yeah,
It's like the age
Dwight's
difference.
my age,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. He's just
It doesn't matter in a small town.
Yeah.
Well,
Age is just
Once
there's
you're
only a
full
certain
grown.
amount of people in the town that
Yeah, and like I said, once you're full grown and you've matured, you can be friends with anybody.
yeah.
Because I'm like, me and Rhodes have known each other longer than you've been alive, which sounds terrible, but I mean
Yeah,
it is.
it is,
I
yeah.
mean,
What year did you guys move to town, Brett?
uh,
For those that don't know, Brett lived one house away from me on even not from where I live now.
Yeah.
We haven't made it very far. We made it a block away.
a block away. Yeah,
But-
yeah. I moved to town when I was a 7th grader, which would have been my brother graduated the country school that we went to. He graduated 8th grade out
Is that Sun
there.
Prairie
So
out there?
this one was Second Creek is what ours was.
Oh, okay.
It's nobody goes there now.
How many kids were in there when you were there? I mean, just for perspective of people that.
I think when it closed, there was 5 of us. I think was it.
Wow. Bring your mic
Yeah.
just a little closer to you. I'm trying
Yeah,
to-
and all that was there was me and my brother, and then 3 other kids, which were they're a different family. I mean, it was
Your neighbors.
That was a
yeah,
small.
yeah,
It's pretty tough to
I-
shop for your future girlfriend or wife at that point,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And I mean, like at one time when we were going to school, there was probably a dozen kids, maybe or so, was probably the height of it. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, maybe more than that. I don't remember.
And that would have been
It's-
grade school time.
Is Second
Well,
Creek the
no,
one
it's-
on the Regina Road
Yeah,
there? Okay,
yeah.
yeah, we're right with the dump right by it.
No, that's the hall, is what that is.
Oh, okay.
That's
it's
their good
farther.
old party spot.
Yeah,
Back- no.
That's where you went to the dances and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
The crazy thing to me is, I mean, for those that aren't from Malta that listen to the podcast, like Brett lives, what are you, 35 miles
yeah,
out?
35.
Gravel
He's
road,
35 miles of gravel straight. Like you take about a mile from here, maybe two. It's probably a mile and a
To
half,
the,
whatever. 2
the
miles
second Y is like 5 miles.
to
of
to the
straight
actual
asphalt.
gravel, and then he's gravel for 35 miles out south. So like he said, for them to drive to school as kids, 35 miles to town is crazy. I mean, for us, isn't far at all in Montana, but if you're in like
It's a couple beers.
if you're in
'cause
L,
that's how we-
if you're in LA and you got to drive 35 miles, that's almost a full day of driving.
Oh,
Type of
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Well, if it did, like, you go fucking 2 miles and it takes 15 minutes.
It's vast. Anywhere we sit in our town, it's maybe a mile and a half, and you're out of the city limits
Yep.
from even dead
If-
center.
yeah,
I think
if that.
If that.
I think it's.
I think 6th Street is like just over a
It's-
mile
yeah.
from end to end.
That's the longest street, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
From end to end, I mean, well, I should say from Phillips Village to where I used to live in that trailer house, I think was right at a mile.
I think Joe's to West Side is like maybe a mile or just over a mile. You know,
Yep.
that's
Yeah, so that'd be pretty much the extent of the town.
That's what's going to be sweet about this electric skateboard I ordered. It goes 10 miles. I could just make laps
There you
around.
go.
I mean, it goes 16 miles, I guess, but
you guys see all the dirt work they're doing right next to the border patrol area there.
what's going on there?
The new automatic car wash.
They finally going to do it, huh?
Yeah, Bobby's putting it in.
over there then.
No,
No,
by
across
the,
Oh,
over across south and west side there,
yeah.
I knew that
just east of the border patrol.
back in the day, Ezzy
Oh,
wanted
boy.
to do one, but he was so worried about water spots back in the day that because Malta had such shitty water. But the other one,
Well, you should. There's filters and everything. for
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
you
you
anymore.
get,
can
You
like,
can
like
get
a
it,
quad filter system in it.
I've always hoped that, I mean, not that our other buddy that owns a car wash, long before he bought it, I had kind of hoped that there'd be, for the biggest part about an automatic one is that I think they can still run them in the wintertime when it's,
Yep, you can't. You just close the doors. You know.
yeah, so
So then you drive out and then your door's pretty shut.
Yeah.
But
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Well, there's
Yeah.
a dryer on there supposed to be that
Yeah.
blows you off a bit, but yeah, it just depends on how nice it is.
But that's the thing. A lot of people don't care about the water, because you see the amount of people that go to the other car wash.
Yeah.
They don't care about water spots. I mean,
Well, for one, our streets are so dusty. The second you pull out,
yeah.
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
like especially my black car. Well, you drive a black pickup, but my black car, like when you drive out, your car's a little bit wet and that dust hits. Boom, you're
Yeah, tires just pick up that little bit of
Messy
gravel.
again,
and
but
throws
my
it on
pickup
there.
hasn't been black for I don't know how long. It's mud colored.
you always
Montana
it seems
two-tone.
like.
you always
Yeah.
just drive down and just hit the frontage road and then go haul ass to dry it off if you don't chamois it off, But
I just drive it until I run into something, and then I take it to Dylan at the body shop, and then he has
He'll
to
wash it once.
So I don't have to.
It's you kind of people that we hate.
It seems cheaper in the long run.
well, like
I
you
don't
said,
know.
with you living on gravel, how the hell are you ever going to keep it
Yeah,
actually
no,
clean?
You don't.
You'd have to come
Yeah.
clean it every time you come to town
Yeah.
and just be like, I'm driving around like I'm going to prom type of.
Yeah.
But one of the best things I bought for washing cars, I do have a chamois too, but I got a nice little soft squeegee.
Oh yeah.
So like
Yeah.
at the car wash right away, you can run around your car,
Get the,
Yeah.
Run it
get the
all
thick
off.
of it.
Get most of the
and that's helped a ton. But I'm still not one of those guys that's anal about my vehicles, and
No, not by any means.
It's tough to be around here. That's the thing. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
like
too,
with you said with the roads, it's just
yeah. I
you're
mean,
gonna
maybe-
get it dirty within the next 2 days.
my baby Carol, her car is hardly like, you barely get any spots even in the interior in her car, and she's like, it's so messy. I'm like, where is it messy?
You know, it's cool that people are like that. Though.
She's gonna be embarrassed that I tell you this too, Brett. But the other day, when I was picking you up to go DJ, she goes, "Make sure you wipe the dash off if it's dusty. That's embarrassing if it's dirty." And I'm like, I'm looking at it going like, it's compared to my standards, that shit ain't dusty at all. Like,
What's on there?
Because Bret cares.
yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna have to give her shit now. Be like, God, that thing was filthy. I can't believe you let us take.
you
that.
know, she's gonna be the first one to listen to this podcast. Now I'm in trouble too. But
I'm gonna have to razz her before you upload it.
Yeah.
Then.
No,
I can't believe you sent us out on the road with that
so
thing.
dirty. No,
Oh my God.
and I like,
Just a pig
but
eye.
yeah, she'll even like the kids don't get to leave anything in there. But
Yeah. No, that's good.
So when you
Take
go
pride
to
in your
buy,
shit,
yeah,
you
when
know?
you go to buy a vehicle from somebody like her or like the other body shop owner, Bill, his
Yeah.
fucking vehicles always are just
yeah.
Immaculate.
so is Trevor's, his son. Something I don't know if that's just their thing, but like their vehicles have never ever. I've never seen them the way that some of mine. Not that
Yeah.
mine get completely terrible, but I mean, there's people that are worse and people that are better, but.
Yeah.
Those ones all the time, you're like, fuck, that's a nice vehicle.
I got a couple.
Even if it's an
got
old
a couple
ass-
buddies that are nitpicky about their vehicles.
I will say
Yeah.
most of the time my interior is clean on my
Mm-hmm.
pickup. I mean, I usually keep it pretty clean, but the exterior, I can't.
Yeah.
When you drive that, 30 miles of gravel, it's impossible.
But I
Because
like,
otherwise, I'm just gonna have to stay home if it ever rains.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
I love my
I'd
pickup.
have
to be
had
shiny,
to
but-
stay home today.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I'm sure they were nice and mucky today for you.
They weren't bad, little slick, but
He
I don't know.
he texts me and he goes, "Well, hopefully this doesn't blow." And he texts me a storm that's blowing because it's supposed to get kind of nasty. And I was like, "Well, are you man enough to drive to Malta?" And then so he finally texted me and said, "Well, I'm leaving," and you'd already said that you were in to do it. And then I get the call that the house is on fire behind us. I was like, the world is working against us on this podcast. It's been 4 months. I just want to get one down and put it in there, like. And thanks to Bret, he finally texted me and he goes, I feel like you're not going to do a podcast unless somebody actually kicks you in the ass and shows up and makes you do it.
Well, you wanted
something along those
you wanted
lines
to do one a couple weeks ago, and I don't remember. I had something going on. I couldn't do it. And,
Yeah.
And then I'm like, so I text you this week. I'm like, got to kick you once in a while, you know.
Well, and
Yeah.
that's what it takes for me because
It was definitely out of the blue though when you hit me up. I was like, oh, yeah.
Well, he was kind of
Fucking love
struggling,
to,
looking
yeah.
for people, and then he said Cole. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
I've
Cole.
always wanted to come
Like,
on, too.
Cole's a good
yeah,
shot.
dude, you've hit me up and wanted to be on before too. And
Yeah.
I got a few people that have told me they want to be on, and like sometimes you want to make sure it's the right dynamic with. I mean, you got like if
Yeah.
I got Bret, I want to make sure he gets along with you, type of thing.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
Not that Bret hates anybody, but there are some people that I get on
Not
here
that they know of.
Well, I know, but there are some people I get on here that
Yeah.
you don't want to mix
Don't
two
jive
or
or
two.
so, yeah. And we tried to get fact checker, but he
I
don't
think
know.
he's ghosted me the whole time. He's really good at that.
he's sleeping all day.
He's becoming
again
a-
or something.
Pro eyelid watcher.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is him and his little brother are all like, "Oh wait, time out." He did text me back.
Oh,
Might have to give him a call and just get
since,
his ass
since
over
we
here.
called him out, he's
Well, yeah, okay. So it was actually like 7 minutes ago when he texted me.
oh
Bartending, bro, or I'd be in for sure. Cry
Oh.
face. So I don't.
so, and he just now
Oh,
texted you,
he's
like,
doing. No.
He says bartending, but this is
Oh, he must be bartending for Gumby again. He bartended last week for Gumby.
he's.
when he was Shelby.
I text him at 5:07 and he texts me back at
Yeah.
9:46.
Yeah.
But that's actually earlier than sometimes he does.
Yeah.
It's about on par.
And I
for-
can't
sometimes
bitch, I
he
do
never
that
does
too.
text you back. He's like, oh, I just noticed this 5 days later. But you're the same way.
Well, with me, sometimes it isn't that I mean, I will notice it, but like, if I get a random text or a Snapchat or something, and I like, say I'm giving the kids a bath or something stupid like that, or
You're like, oh, I'll
What-
message back
yeah,
and
you
forget.
and then
It-
so
yeah.
it goes away because you read it, you know, and then
Yeah, I do
No,
that.
if you
completely-
didn't text
and then, like,
back.
the next day you go, fuck, I forgot to text him back and say this, or but I'm terrible that way.
Especially if it's Snapchat, because sometimes I'll just forget to. I'm like, what the fuck did they send me?
Yeah.
I'm like, I
That's
already
the
forgot
worst.
what they asked me or what I just
You gotta
I
go in
forget
there on your
sometimes.
settings and
Well-
turn that. You can save it for 24 hours. Not 24 hours, it'll erase.
I turned my notifications off on Snapchat just because I got like three or
Couple
four
group chats.
Well, no, I got like 3 or 4 of these, like my little nephew and a couple little high school kids too that, are like, or not even high school, I should say, 7th, 8th graders that skateboard with us, type of thing, and I got them on Snapchat. But they're into streaks, and dude, I'm fucking 37. I don't give a fuck about streak, but I will get like 17 texts a day or snaps a day from them, and it'll just be a picture of like their
The
counter
wall, yeah.
with an S on it or something that says streaks ? And I'm like,
Yeah,
Nah, I ain't
I'm
streaking.
gonna be. This is.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna date myself, but I don't even know what the fuck a streak really is, or what causes streaks on Snapchat.
It's
I haven't
how
seen
many
it.
consecutive
Cole
days.
could tell us. He's like,
I haven't
How many
seen anybody-
consecutive days you Snapchat that one person? or
do I
whatever.
gotta snap him back, or does he
Yes,
just?
you have to snap each other. You have
It's
to
got to
send
be a
it.
picture. I think
You got to
isn't
get.
it,
Yeah, it's
or-
got to be picture.
yeah.
Can't be text. You have to send
That's
it.
why. But
They
I
have to
never
send it. and
send
You
those
have to
back.
send one.
No,
I will get a picture every
I
fucking
got
day.
989 with one of my. With
See, that's one of them. Like
it's nothing
Yeah.
but dick pics back and forth. but-
me fixing phones. The biggest freakouts I ever get
I won't get my snap streak.
is make sure that you get it done because I need my snap streak.
Yep.
Oh my god,
These kids
No, they
freak
put the
like.
freak
it's
out.
what this
over
world
it,
has
man.
came to.
But I'm like, is somebody gonna pay you money for your 1,000-point
Yeah.
snap streak,
What's it
or like
matter,
what?
yeah.
Like all it is
Yeah.
is
What do you get? Nothing.
It's
You don't
like-
get anything.
self
Satisfaction. Yep.
Yeah.
Self-satisfaction.
it's like whose line is it anyway? The points don't matter, and
Yeah.
who cares
Yeah,
anyway? Like,
exactly.
I mean, they're sure good for you.
I just
I
use
get
it.
it.
I
I'm
started
impressed.
to keep in
That's-
touch with my friends from high school when we went to college
Yeah.
and shit. That's when it all started.
I do too, but how I do it is I send a normal text so that my old brain can still see the fucking picture they sent me.
So,
Like,
so I can remember what I said 2
Yeah,
minutes
and like-
later. Like, oh,
if
yeah.
it's a funny meme, I'll send it actually through text instead, or something like that, or a
Yep.
funny video. I'll send it through that because I want them to keep it, or I want because there will be a month later somebody will bring up, hey, you remember when we were talking about Ford pickups? And I go, oh yeah, look at that. When Snapchat, you lose that shit.
yeah,
Well, you just got to get up with the time. You can save all that stuff in your
I
chat.
do, but to me that's more of a pain in the ass
too
than.
much work.
Well,
So
you
you
can
go-
save it to your camera. Only you just scroll through your camera.
I
feed.
get I do that also, I guess, but I get messages for work most of the time through Facebook Messenger.
Right.
So I got to watch that quite a bit, and then I get texts from everybody else, my family and friends mostly, just text. Snapchats, I usually check my snaps like 4 or 5 times a day.
See,
honestly,
I'm way
if
different.
that,
I'm on
some
my
days
Snap all day
Yeah, I was
long.
gonna say not even that.
some days you'll text or you'll. I checked them early in the morning and didn't have anything, and I don't even fucking
That's-
remember to
yeah.
look at it.
So I
Same
remember-
with like Instagram messages.
I remember one time I snapped you something, and then it was like 2 days later. You
Yep.
sent me something back, and I'm like,
You,
I
what
don't
do
even
I
remember what the fuck I
yeah,
said,
I'm like,
man.
I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. What the? I'm like,
Well, so
I'm
see if that would have been a
confused now.
text, you would have known that.
No, I still wouldn't remember. I mean, I'd have had to look back,
You'd
but
see
I
the
wouldn't,
meme
I
or
wouldn't
whatever.
You can
remember
still
it.
look at what you sent.
Yeah.
I mean, I get Snapchat's probably great if you want to send somebody a 3-second boob or dick pic or something. You know, like I get that, but if I'm sending, and I mean, like, there's a lot of times around my house. I know like Carol's brothers and even Carol will they'll fucking take stupid pictures of me while I'm looking like an idiot doing something, you know, and you don't even know it, and then
Yeah.
like. I'm glad
And they'll
that's
put
not
it
in
on
their
their
text
story
message.
or
But yeah,
something.
I know. I'm just glad that's
There.
not in a text that way. But I don't know. I should be better about it because I am kind of a tech guy, like with as far as computers and all the shit that I
Yeah.
do. But to me, it's just too much. I'm wasting too much of my day.
It's just another form of social media. I mean,
I spend more time on eBay than I spend on Snapchat by a long ways.
Everybody said Snapchat, that's what it was for, 'cause it disappears. It's like, it was nothing, you know, it's for nudies and stuff. I don't get those, so I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just too old for it, I guess. I don't
this
know.
is fucking
yeah,
hilarious.
it's all about the new generation. It's more for the new generation.
So the other day, Carol was feeling a little sexy, and she sent me this picture on Snapchat. I didn't see it all day long. Didn't like nothing. And so I go. Finally, she tells me about it when I'm at home. I'm like, oh, sweet. So I go to open it up, and I'm gonna take a fucking screenshot of it because I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. And I just switched back from my iPhone 10 because I dropped it in the
Yeah.
garage that day to my iPhone 6. And I go to take a screenshot, so like normally you press the volume button in the home, and on this phone, all it did was bring up the volume and the keyboard on this fucking thing, and all I got was like a picture of her neck with everything else over the top of it, and that's what Snapchat, and then it was gone, and I didn't have it because it was already on my replay when I tried to fucking screenshot
You
it.
tried to
I was
see-
so mad. I'm
Couldn't
like,
get another replay in.
I go, send that back to me. Gee, like how often do I get those? And she goes, well, I didn't save it. I'm like, oh.
Oh, I got
So
it.
mad.
I got it if you need it.
Can you send it? I mean, can you send it back? I know it gets lonely 35 miles out south.
Oh, you have no idea.
Not that I want to share it at all, but I mean, I'm proud of that. That's fucking hot. But yeah, I'm such an idiot. I was so mad at I was sitting, or like not far from her when I did. I was like, look at what I just did.
She's like, oh,
I was
your
mad.
loss.
Yep, pretty much. She's like, well, you didn't,
Yeah.
you could have answered
Not
it earlier
happening.
when I was blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and that's comes down to where I have my Snapchat notifications off because literally my nephew or like the little kid that I skateboard with will send me fucking 75
Yeah.
damn Snapchats a day. And I'm like, I can't
That's
open up
fucking
every
annoying.
picture of your pop
Well,
can
yeah,
or
and if-
that means nothing with an S on it, like
And if-
streaks,
And if
streaks.
it's like picture after picture, you can't scroll fast enough.
It's
'cause
like in
does
that
it, like-
case, that guy's like, dude, you should just go find a girlfriend, man, and send her that shit instead of me. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
put your time into something else.
I mean, I've made my life so I'm not crazy busy. I got a lot of things I'm juggling, but I'm pretty relaxed. But I don't want to fucking stare at stupid pictures like that all day.
Yeah,
To me, that streak means nothing to me. Literally, I mean, like, I'm sorry. Maybe it would if I start snapping Bret every day and we get a 4,000 fucking picture streak, but
It would
none of
never
It
happen.
didn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I don't give a shit about that number.
No.
I give a, you know what number I give a shit about is like what's going into my bank account or the money that I'm making during the day.
It'd be
That number
different.
really adds up, and that's
Yeah.
fun.
It'd
Like,
be different if I got some money for doing it. You know, I mean,
yeah,
maybe that's what they should start doing. More incentive for people to use Snapchat.
yeah, it could be, man. The thing to me is like how. I mean, I don't give a shit if anybody even looks at me through my camera all day long. That's their problem. I got nothing to hide.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's weird to me how much information of ours is actually bought and sold from these big companies.
Yeah, all
Like, that's the
mining
biggest
our
thing
data
for
and
'em is-
shit. I was watching this thing on Google. They had a phone connected to the towers for service and everything, and then they had one on airplane mode. With all factory set, and then they took them both, and they were doing like the Google tracking, how Google tracks you and everything. Even with that phone on airplane mode, Google could track them from like walking to sitting to riding in a vehicle, getting out of your car, times and everything.
The only way to not do it is pull your SIM card and throw it in the garbage.
Yep.
But
if they're paying people for my information, they're wasting a lot of
Yeah.
money on nothing.
Well, it's mostly like mass data. So like, what do these people in this area do, or what like what do you? How can we target market them? And that's where the
Google
money. So
uses-
marketers will pay money to know. I should market these headphones to Bret because he's been podcasting, or that kind of thing.
Or like for traffic, Google uses that for traffic a lot. Like they just, however many phones are in an area, that's when you're like the roads on Google Maps will turn from blue to yellow to red.
You guys ever get that?
Or not?
You guys ever get where you're talking about something and then it pops up in your Facebook feed right away?
No, well, talking about something. I've heard people say they're like thinking about it and it'll pop up. But I've never
Carol's phone is the worst. Like today.
That's a thing. It's really a thing though. You're watching.
Well, if you have the permissions open on certain things, it will, because it's trying to actually like Siri and Google or Hey Google are trying to actually target ads towards you and do this. Carol was on Pinterest today, and we were sitting there like, what are we gonna have for supper? Blah blah blah. Couldn't find anything. And she's just sitting there, and she goes, "Hey, what about tater tot casserole?" And she opens up her phone and scrolls up one, and it's half the page is tater tot casseroles. And I'm like,
have you watched
holy
Silicon
shit. And
Valley?
there was something else
Valley?
about that today too. No, I haven't yet.
Anyway.
That's good though, because tater tot casserole, that's legit.
I tried to
that's
give
good
you
stuff.
some.
I see. No,
It was the bomb too. I had a
Tater
couple
tot
bites of
casserole is a
it.
thing, but like they do like I don't know what they were doing, but this kid had a game on their network and they did a voice recording thing and it compressed all their files and searches for shit. In the game, they could be like, I want some pizza or some shit like that, and Domino's would pop up in the game.
Yep.
Just kind of like shed light on what they actually do that.
So in a way, as long as it's not malicious, in a way it is kind of good. So
Yeah, to a point.
I get it.
it's creepy though.
It's very creepy, but like I said, it doesn't. To me, I ain't
They're
got
really
shit
gonna
to hide.
No.
sit and listen to us all day up here in
Good.
bumfuck nowhere.
Good for you, because I'm putting it out right now anyway.
Yeah.
This is you're getting a view right into my life on this podcast. But
The worst thing is when you decide to search for, when you want to find something then
Yep.
it doesn't pop up. And you're like, where the fuck was that at? I just seen it.
it's really weird when you're like, why is my anus itching? Or no, I'm just kidding.
And
But
then
the-
scroll past on
no,
wish
you never.
lists
But I mean,
for-
like,
on Facebook and
the
it'll pull
Wish
it
is
come up.
offering that. No, I'm just kidding.
That Wish deal, that's a creepy deal. Anyway.
Fuck yeah, it is.
You scroll past Facebook and then they
The
show you
shit
shit
that
that you've been
pops up
talking
on that
about.
anyway. It's not even stuff that you talk about.
Yeah.
It's just all.
They said
all.
they said
throw some
TikTok
weird stuff up there.
TikTok is a Chinese company, and they say legit they can fucking look right through your
Camera
thing.
all the time.
In fact, actually, I know a guy and he's from Malta, who's one of the head guys at IBM Security, and he told me he has a piece of tape over his laptop camera and his front camera on his phone,
It was
unless he wants to use it.
I think it was Steve Jobs, a picture of Steve Jobs or whoever the fuck it was, but one of the pictures, he's got his laptop on his desk and everything over the mic and over his camera.
Yeah.
He's got pieces of tape over it.
Was it Jobs or was it the Facebook guy?
It was Jobs or the Facebook guy. I can't remember.
They're gonna
who it
get
was.
really bored watching me though if I'm just like
Yeah.
staring at my screen drawing all day, or if I'm fucking working with my head down on a cell phone, or
Watch me. You can
sitting there
watch me
playing
work
with my
on
dog,
cameras.
or what.
Yeah.
You're gonna get pretty bored with what I got going on. You're not gonna find anything major on me, but
You think about them like Alexa's, like the Echoes or Amazon Alexa or the Google.
I
Docs and
finally
everything.
unplugged my Google
Did
one
you?
that I had.
Yeah,
It got weird.
Because like when those first came out, people were all excited about them, and then everyone's like, "Well, they probably listen to you 100% of the time." And then they
Yep.
came out and they said that they
They have
yeah.
to.
are listening to you, and they are listening to you 100% of the time.
How they
it's
not?
wait-
'Cause you can
it's
just go, "Hey,
waiting for
Google."
its command. It
Now,
is.
I just said that, and your phone probably popped up if you don't have an iPhone. But
I don't
No,
see the.
I see. I turned that command off. I have to.
I've
double
never
click the
seen.
power
I've
button.
never seen the point of those really, because I don't know.
it's
I'm
like
like,
if
I'd
you're
rather-
standing in the kitchen, you go,
But I'm not a bit. I don't sit there and listen to music all
No,
the time.
me
right? 'Cause
neither.
I'm like, that'd be the main thing that I've ever seen anybody use it for, is so that they can.
Well, and those.
see,
know.
and Carol and my daughter both do. Like they constantly have a playlist going. They don't use that anymore, but that was what they'd use it for.
And
But
now
I
you
don't.
can hook them up. You can make your smart home out of it. You
Yeah.
can. Because
Yeah.
you can. Jared's got light bulbs in his house, and he fucking showed me. He's like, Alexa, good night, and all the fucking lights going off. I was laughing so fucking hard. I was like, you gotta be shitting me that you're doing
It seems
that.
like anybody that has Alexa or whatever, they just end up you're yelling at her because you're like, play this music, and then pretty soon you're
She
like,
brings up
turn it
something
down,
else.
Yeah.
and she doesn't listen, and
Mine was
typical female.
my biggest thing was like especially when I'm working, or I'll get a message of, hey, I need an iPhone 6 fixed or whatever it is. I'd go, hey Google, put iPhone 6 repair on my to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
My to-do list was the only thing that I felt like it was actually worth a shit for me because my brain's so fucking scattered that I'll be washing dishes and something will pop in my head and go, "Hey Alexa, remind me to look at blah blah blah," and then that.
Yeah, and then you can continue on with your stuff, and that's kind of nice, though.
The only thing
It
I've found it handy is when I'm in other people's houses and I'm like, "Hey Alexa, put big black dildo on my shopping list," or something, So they go in there and like, "What the fuck?"
You can
Yelling at their wife.
You set those reminders or the notes on there. Jared on his Alexa, he said, note that Jared has a 9-inch cock, and if you note over that, if you put another note on, it'll say the one that you recorded last first. So he thought he was hot shit showing everybody walking. He's like, "Hey Alexa, what does Jared have?" And it'd repeat it. And then we were over there the other night, and me and Jeremy put on there, we're like, "Alexa, note that Jared has the smallest cock in the world." We were online the other day in a party, and he was trying to show Satchel through the party. He's like, "Satchel, check this out. Alexa, what does Jared have?" Noted that Jared has the smallest cock in the world. And he's like, "What the fuck?" Just so mad.
Carol's brothers put on her phone. Her dad has always called her Meatball, and she hates it. And so Carol's brother on her old phone, when Siri would pop up and go, "Yes, Meatball," she's like, she gets so fucking mad. Anyway, with that, I got to take another break real quick. I'm out of beer, and I gotta hit.
Better see if the fire's
Yeah, we gotta see
going.
how the fire's going and see if she's still smoldering.
Well, we're not getting heated out of here or smoked out, so at least the wind must still be blowing from the north, so we're lucky. But we're gonna go check it out. We'll be right back, Montarctica. The firemen are going home.
Firemen are headed out.
They fucking did their job. I mean, kind of. I don't mean to sound malicious about this fucking house, but it's not. At this point, it's not repairable anyway.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna get bulldozed now.
At the point before, it wasn't repairable. So I don't know what costs more to pick up a pile of rubble or pick up a house full of rubble, but I get that they wanted to go home and they didn't need a big fucking fire next to a close house next door. But they got it out. It looks like it's gonna stand.
Yeah, hand to them though, our volunteer fire departments.
Yeah.
Actually,
I hope all you married men are home with your wives because the firemen are done here. They're sweaty.
Oh,
and they
They're
might
ready.
be going to fuck your wife.
They're gonna go
drink a few beers.
Shit, I'm out here. No, they're gonna go make their calendars. Apparently, they're gonna do a calendar soon. But no,
They're gross.
we're lucky for the volunteers. Like Bret kept teasing them and goes, "Hey, you finally made your $7 today," type of thing, because they don't make. It's volunteer. They don't make shit for doing it, and they literally risk their lives and take shit tons of time away from their family to do it. I think the only thing they get out of it is some beers and get to hang out with their buddies a little bit. But
yeah, they don't get nothing out of it really. I mean, like
adrenaline.
I think Newman said they get paid for each deal like between $5 and he's seen $12 once for a call or something. It just
if only like two guys show up.
It depends on how many people go and everything on it, and like
and
even for
at that point, me personally, I'd just be like, just turn it back into the funds for
yeah,
and that's probably most of them do. They just turn it in for their beer funds. Honestly,
just buy beer with it.
But they a lot of times they're the first responders. They're the ones that in our small town. They're the ones that got to cut people out of cars. Like I mean, they got to see the shit. And in a small town,
you know people.
You know everybody. I mean, like unless it's an out of towner driving by,
it's going to be somebody you know and. Yeah.
It's very rare that you wouldn't know at least know who they are.
Yeah.
At least heard of them for sure too.
So it's tough. I commend them, and like there's a few of them. Like you said, like Newman, he's an EMT and a firefighter and a border patrol. Like he's I get that border patrol pays you plenty well, but he's fucking busy doing that.
Not as good as they used to. They get a hell of a pay cut a while back.
But
I think
still,
he said so.
For the shit you deal with, it's probably not really.
Well, they probably got a pay cut because they're only supposed to have like 5 up here, and like
instead of 20 or whatever,
Not many humans are cut out for that shit, or like not so much that the firefighters got to do it, but we watched a movie today, and the cops having to knock on somebody's door and say, "Hey, your spouse is dead" or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Carol goes, "Man, I never thought about that part about being a cop." I go, "That's part of the cop that I would never. That's why I would never be able to do it."
Yeah. Hank Euler, when he was in the military or whatever, I think it was military or Marines, but after he got done through boot camp and everything, that's what he was. He'd go around and do funerals and do shit like that. If I had to do it, I guess I'd do it. But I wouldn't do it.
I just had a DJ a funeral a while back, which
that's probably a little different.
I did it because I kind of knew. I mean, I didn't know him super well, but I knew the guy. He was the guy that like help work on my house before we moved into this house for our landlord. But the normal person that plays the music at the church was gone for something that day, so they had to have somebody. But I had to come in and like had to make sure that everything played on time and like boom, you know.
A lot more stress.
Instead of fucking crazy. But instead of like at a lot of churches, you sit way in the back up above, nobody sees you.
Mm-hmm.
At this church, I was right in the front, right next to the immediate family.
Is that right? Was that here in town?
Yeah.
What church was it at?
The one across from the cop shop.
Oh, Lutheran.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not.
Oh, that's where that's because they put their computer right there. That's
Yep.
right
So I had to sit right at that, but I'm in front of everybody. So I mean, like anytime you're praying or you're like, and you're making sure, like, dude, I've never been so nervous about like press and play at the right time.
Yeah.
Ever. And then like, I don't care if it's somebody I don't know's funeral. It's fucking sad.
Oh, you don't want to
like,
fuck it up,
dude. Well, I mean, and still you're like watching these videos of them as a kid, and their brothers are telling stories, and like, whew, dude, it was. I'm normally really good at like chewing back tears, anyways, or like feeling that bad, but knowing that you're in front of everybody and having that like, you can feel that everybody's watching. You anyway,
extra pressure
especially when they're
so
like, all right, we're gonna play this song, and then it's since you are sitting up there, everyone's like, eyes on you.
Yeah, and then like some of the songs would. Well, for one, I downloaded whatever song, but one of them's like fucking 6-7 minutes long, and you got to make sure you fade it out at right time. And you're like, I mean, you were there when I was DJing. I think there was one time I hit the wrong button and like played the like mid song goes, you know, and that happens. Like that's just sometimes shit clicks.
You're like at the funeral, go,
but
God, I hope I don't push my big booty hoe mix or something.
Jeez, Louise. No, luckily I used their computer and one disc that had whatever on it, but. Even then, I'm using a fucking CD, and you never know if a CD is going to start skipping. And even if it does, it's equipment failure, but it's on me.
Yeah. Can't believe they didn't give you a flash drive or something.
Dude, it was something.
A CD. Or is that you doing? Did you put it on a CD?
It was what I was told to bring it on because the flash drive was being used for the video.
Oh, okay.
So I had to flash drive the video and the.
Oh, I get. They probably do have all those USBs used up because
one of the thing, and they have 2 different monitors there, and it. Well, and for another thing, I've never used that computer before. So I go in like 45 minutes early just to...
Was Steve there to help you? Because Steve usually is there running it all the time.
That was the thing, is he was gone, so I had to do it. So it was... I showed up, and Pastor was there, whatever. And
Pastor Bob.
And he's like, well, here's how this normally goes. And he asked a couple people, and I'm like... I mean, I'm computer savvy. I got it figured out, but I'm still like...
Yeah.
It's not mine, and I'm not.
Still throwing a random something at me that.
And I'm thankful that they trust in my skills of doing it enough to ask me to do it, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it still was one of those. I told Carol, I was like, "This is the strangest, hardest gig I've ever done." And then again, I think to my dad, I remember as a kid, I think one of the last funerals he did was Sonny Oxhart's. But for him to, and he knew Sonny pretty well, but for him to get up and like play some sad songs on guitar and sing it and not crack up
all the time at funerals, it seemed like, you know.
That takes a lot in a person.
I shouldn't bitch about DJing because I could just go, it's the computer. But you screw up on the guitar and sing the wrong words, or
that's all on you there.
We're all human, so everybody. You tell me a human that's never fucked something up or never made some sort of mistake.
Right here, man. No, just kidding.
Gonna say they're lying if they tell you that.
I always knew you were perfect, Cole. No.
Well, yeah, look at that hair.
Always strive for greatness.
So anyway, off the funeral subject. Before we jumped on here, I was talking about some skateboarding stuff and some future guests I'd like to have. I really want to get Jeff on here sometime, and I've visited with him, Jeff Aim at Pearl Jam. I visited with him about doing it, and he's said that he'll jump on with me and. But he just comes and he'll skateboard for a minute, and if it gets busy, like people show up, he doesn't want to be a star. He just wants to be human, you know.
He just wants to be there and skate.
But all these parks he's built around Montana, during the summer we take this little skate park run.
How many is it? I seen you posted something.
34, I think, is what 34 or 30 might be 35 now.
I swear there's a ton
and that
of
might
there
might
northern
there's
Montana.
a couple of them. There's a couple of them that weren't necessarily like directly built by Jeff. I don't know if 34 is the number of ones he's put down or if 34 is the number of complete, but he's had a big fucking influence on. And now, during the summer, there's like literally guys in the skateboard Hall of Fame coming up and skating in our little tiny ass towns. So
that's sweet,
dude. It's so crazy. Like we go to Wolf Point of all places. I mean, there's no grass down. It was just muddy as shit. Like so, we had all of us like the have been skateboarding a bit, going and like we know we got to sweep it while there's kids riding their bikes and like tell the kids, hey, back off because you're gonna see some cool guys skate type of thing.
Yeah.
And
Back off before I
Yeah.
throw this broom through your spokes. And
it almost gets to that point. But no, it's every summer it's such a cool thing that Jeff brings all these guys up and we do this little fucking skate park tour almost, and we go and there's a big sandy pig roast, so everybody goes and he brings a couple bands or a band almost every year of like some of his friends from Missoula, and almost every time Jeff will get up and like sing a couple songs and blah blah, and it's literally like hanging out at the Mint with all of our friends. I mean, like I've seen the Mint with more people in it than what we get in Peps that night. You can literally walk across the street and go to the bar across the street, and it's like full of cowboys still, like big sandy time. They don't even like give a shit that like they're all these skateboarders over there. They don't realize there's guys in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Skateboard Hall of Fame and just jamming out and having fun. So, but it's, you would have never guessed that something like that would happen and go on up here.
Well, I couldn't even, before Jeff started putting all the skate parks, I don't skate, but I couldn't have told you if there was a skate park anywhere before.
Well,
I do.
And now you see them just everywhere.
They really
you know what I
started
mean?
popping up. They really did.
I didn't skateboard until we got our park.
Yeah, me
which
neither.
I'd never even like.
No,
Dude, I couldn't even roll down the street on one hardly.
Well, you can't roll down our street.
Well, yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah.
So, but I forced myself when I knew we were getting the park and I had the part to bring it, and I'm going to learn how to skate. And since then, I haven't had to jump dirt bikes to get my thrills.
Hung
But
up the rollerblades and went to skate.
my fruit boots are still in there. But
Probably still fit too.
When I first started riding my ripstick on there, and
that was crazy. There's like 5 of you kids that came out with ripsticks, and like they're doing. I'm like, how I can't even stand on
I don't
one.
know what a ripstick is.
It's got pretty much 2 shopping cart wheels or rollerblade wheels on shopping cart swivels under it, and you twist your feet like this
I have seen those.
to make it go. You've seen it out of Jay's probably.
It looks like a death machine.
Yeah, they are. Well, that's exactly what it was. We all fucking thought we were big hot shit going to that bottom bowl, and I kind of got my timing off a little bit.
Well, you took a couple big ones, huh?
Jared stuck his hands out so I didn't hit him. Hit me right in the chest, just right on my center of gravity. I stopped her. That's probably 3 feet off the ground, and I slammed into that bowl on my back. I got home and I told my mom, I was like, I don't want to go to sleep tonight because I think I'm gonna wake up and I'm not gonna be able to move. That's how bad. Like it hit, and I'd never blacked out from like hitting and hurting like that.
My ankles quiver just looking
like
at those. Those are just.
See, and I've riding dirt bikes. I've taken a shit ton of slams, and I mean, I did break my wrist skateboarding, and concrete scares me for sure.
Yeah, it's not.
But I mean, like,
is not forgiving at all.
When I broke that wrist, I knew like I've done it enough. I was like, I literally looked at me. I was like, I broke my wrist. Help me look. Like, you gotta take me to the hospital. And like, everybody's all concerned, and I was the one trying to crack jokes. Like just because I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But that's just came from you
not
feel
my
your
first rodeo,
you
just-
feel your body enough times that.
Yep.
But I've always been an adrenaline junkie, so I'm so fucking proud that we have something like that to.
I
run down the
always
street.
wanted something like that as a kid.
Me too.
I always rode my bikes through probably fourth through up until my freshman year. I was even riding my bike into my freshman year of high school, and always said shit to my mom. I was like, it'd just be when Promises burnt down. I was like, that'd have been a perfect spot to build like a park.
Yep. That's where I wanted to have it originally, but it wasn't.
But they wouldn't get rid of it.
It had to be
ideas.
It was that was privately owned, and it had to be for their insurance to be able to cover it. It had to be in a city park that was already designated as a park.
Okay, right.
Then that really
Because it was going through so fast.
It's up
And-
there. That's a perfect place. I mean, that's a nice place.
It
for
is
up
now
there.
that it's there and it works great.
Yeah,
but
that's honestly probably you couldn't ask for a better spot.
I originally wanted it, especially for like the pictures. Now that you got the sunset coming down the canal and shit, like I've got some good
Yeah, you
pictures
can
of
get
it.
some good pictures.
But I originally wanted it over across from the high school in that park.
That park over there.
Because then kids could get out of school and go do it.
Oh yeah,
But-
that park doesn't get used however, and it's got
They do recess out there, but the problem
That's
is they just put in a sprinkler system and they didn't want to tear up the new sprinkler system, which is crazy because now they put this park in and they had to put sprinklers around it.
Yeah.
And the
Have
problem
they
was,
put the underground ones in yet, or
yeah, they are. And you had to get
I didn't know if they had the temporary ones that they threw out still. Or
no,
not.
it's all underground. The grass is green now and everything, but they had to. The park that's up there, they had to build it up out of the floodplain because it was in a kind of a hole.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, if we wouldn't have had to do that, we would have got a way bigger park because that cost a shit ton of money to bring in that much dirt to bring it up and then dig it out and do it that way. But
like that, because that park up there never really got used much before. I guess maybe the Hillcrest kids. I guess maybe
they played football and shit. But
Football, and occasionally you go shoot hoops down there.
The only thing, it could be more centrally located, but there isn't a park anywhere in town that would be centrally located, really.
There's this one just down 6th Street behind where the
Yeah.
other ice skating rink is.
Yeah.
That would have worked too, but that's floodplain also, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the biggest thing to me, I mean, and it's nice that it's built up, but problem is nobody that doesn't skate doesn't get to see a damn thing. They don't get to see how
No.
fucking cool it really is.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Like, there's so many people that live in Malta and go, I've never even looked at it.
I haven't.
Yeah,
Like
you
I said,
gotta-
I don't skate. And I
you
don't
gotta walk
go
up the
there and
hill.
just walk
yeah,
up there,
that's
man.
too far to walk.
Well,
That's-
I mean, when there's kids skating, it's fucking
as
impressive.
soon as they put it in an escalator, I'm there.
It's not even that big of an incline.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah.
And I wish, like, it's nice that they put that awning and shit there, but not when they built it up, it kind of like took out the purpose for that awning, in my opinion. You know,
exactly.
Nobody uses it.
And so when we were raising money with the radiothon, we knew that we wanted some shade because it's fucking hot up there.
Yeah,
Without,
yeah.
Well, we didn't realize that with that one big tree, that actually does provide quite a bit of shade in the once
From
the
the
sun's
kitty
going
college.
down. Yeah. Well, the one right next to the walk bridge.
Oh yeah,
but-
yeah.
But we never knew that. I mean, we wanted to put this awning out there just in case families want to come have picnics and shit.
Yeah.
But until after it was built and in the ground, and that was already allocated
That was
for.
like one of the first things there.
Well, it was already like we already knew that was going to be there. We didn't know that you would. I mean, like that you weren't going to be able to see the park. We didn't really have that clue until it was actually all on the ground.
Yeah.
And now that's in the ground, we know there's a couple spots that we need to pour a little more concrete, and we could do some different benches and shit.
Yeah.
And that'll come eventually. But
Oh yeah. I mean, it would be nice to extend those benches out a little bit. 'Cause, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, every once in a while, it's not all the time, but if you're trying to run a different line, you know, it's in the way.
I want to make. There's 2 different spots of where the benches actually are. We want to move them, but pour out a bit and then like just make skatable benches so that people could actually jump up and like,
Yeah,
grind
form
on them.
them
and
into
shit.
the concrete so
Yeah.
that and so people can't fucking break them.
Yeah, we went through 3 or 4 benches, and then
Stupid.
Davey actually ended up building one. Just I don't know if he had. I don't think he was forced to actually build a bench, but I think he had to do something for the community, and he showed up with that, and I was like, well, nobody breaking that motherfucker. It's like
Yeah.
looked like almost built out of railroad ties. But
4x4 posts.
No, that's not. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. Make it to where you can skate those if you want.
Yep.
Or
I wish that I would have had it as a child because like we talked earlier, I was so small.
oh, you'd have broke way more bones.
Guaranteed. But
Accident.
I bet I
prone.
would have.
You'd have been in a wheelchair by now.
I can still
That or
jump on the
you'd be
trampoline and do a backflip
skating.
with a full twist. Like
You'd be
I could have been.
skating van off the walls tours and
Yeah,
shit like
exactly.
that. You know?
That's the only problem around here is that we get like 5 months of skating before it snows.
Yeah.
But I
Those
told-
5 months of skating are good though.
I told Jeff he needs to like invest in an awning company now too. So he goes, well, we couldn't put full buildings in because then there's too much shenanigans goes on in
Yeah,
there. But
you're building permits and shit like
you
that.
put a big awning or some shit. But
It's like when we were younger, there wasn't really any place that you could skate. You know, I mean, there's no parking lots were not
No.
that many parking lots that were smooth or
About
anything.
the first,
You know,
just the banks, you know.
the bank one would have, you know,
And they
was
all
like
put
the
no
only-
skating signs
yeah,
up.
The 2 banks, and that's about it. You know,
well,
the
and
school parking lot now is good, but that wasn't when we were growing
It's-
up. Wasn't
it's
there?
still all
That's-
asphalt though. You know, you can longboard on it. You can't.
you'll catch
skateboard,
rocks on
though.
a regular
Yeah.
skateboard. Like the wheels that we ride in the park are like they're pretty small and they're really hard compared to like a big longboard squishy wheel. You can't ride like my regular park skateboard sucks to ride down the street. It's so rough.
Vibrate yourself
Yeah.
to death.
The
Your
school
feet,
parking lot's
feet
just
fall
asphalt.
asleep.
It's not.
No, it's
concrete,
actually
huh?
concrete. Yeah, I
That's
think
what I was gonna say. I think
Or
it's
is it?
concrete.
No,
isn't it?
it's
Is it
asphalt.
asphalt?
It's asphalt.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
I couldn't remember, but
They are.
Shows how much I pay attention. I don't know.
well, how far did you do that burnout that night?
It was concrete up there where I did the. I know.
I mean, yes,
that,
you got
but-
caught on that,
There's,
didn't you?
there's enough
Yeah.
sidewalk around there, you know. There's
Yeah.
all the big entrance.
He's
the-
never told that story on here. You got to tell us what the fuck you did there.
yeah, I
There
want
were-
to hear this. Let's go.
You know those big butt lights that are on there? Well, they had security cameras apparently too, but
I think
They
it,
had security cameras. Those
they
are
caught
all-
him somehow.
yeah,
Oh, really?
They set one up just to
Gotcha.
set one up somewhere. But I think it started. I think Ryan Rock started it. I think he did it one night or something, and then
Which parking lot was it in?
It was the front door. Like
the
South Park, or
no,
were you going for basketball
well,
games?
not the
Yeah,
front door, but the door
the
where
east,
you going.
the
Yeah,
east door.
Yeah,
it
for
would
basketball
be.
games.
the
Yeah.
main fucking door everybody uses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we back up there like right up to the door almost, and just
to
threw a
that pillar.
burnout, you know, on the concrete and everything. And evidently, we did it too many times, and they caught on, so they threw a camera up there.
All through high school, there was 2 fucking tire marks all the way down that road.
They started fading away. You just gotta lay
Yeah.
another down.
And so I'm the one that kind of took the blame on it. And,
What'd they do to you for it?
I had like a week of in school, I think, out of it.
Jesus.
No, did you get any like actual law?
No,
Trouble? No?
no. Week of in school, and I had to pressure washer it off, I guess, which didn't work that great, but
And when all your friends are looking out the windows, that's almost a proud moment anyway.
Yes.
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
in high school, you're scared, like you're actually feeling like you're in trouble type of thing. But you look back on it now, and
And I think that was the time I was in school, and you're supposed to bring a lunch or something in there or whatever, and I said screw that. I called Stretches the day before and told them to deliver a pizza to me while I was in school, and they brought it to me, but the principal goes, no more. And he kind of chuckled about it, but he's like, no.
you gonna let me starve? Like you gonna come on?
Yeah,
I'm like,
what
come
the
on,
hell?
that's good. Come on.
Can you imagine the shit being a high school principal that you like between the actual assholes and then the some of the funny pranks that you deal with, but you still got to treat them. You know
Yeah.
what you deal with.
Our senior year,
Keep it going.
the senior class. Can't remember if the senior class before me if they did a senior prank or not. But our senior year, they gathered our class in one of our senior meetings, our class meeting, and Mr. King told us that they would call the cops on us if we did a senior prank, at any extent. It's
See,
like, well,
like,
what the hell? I mean, like I've lived my entire life watching senior pranks happen all the time, and then they'd.
See, I don't remember any senior pranks like when we were in school.
There was a few little ones for us, but
My sister's class, they took all the weights out of the weight room, and they had like the weight racks all the way down by Mr. Bless government room. It was on that southwest wing or the southeast wing, all the way down there. And they'd throw all the weights on it, and they'd block the senior hallway on both ends with cardboard boxes, painted every window with paint marker in there.
man, gosh, and I can't even remember now. I did something that was semi-small, but it was gonna be something that got me in trouble. But now I can't remember what the hell it was. I know some of them like took some cars and turned them around sideways in parking lots, or like a Volkswagen, they picked it up and turned it. And if I remember right, and I might be dreaming this up, but I feel like my class might have went and changed the Glasgow G to an M on their fucking the big rock G that's on the hill.
Yeah.
For some reason, that seems to stick in my head. I don't know if I might be dreaming it, but
Either you did it or you dreamt it.
I didn't
Either
do it
way,
personally.
it's-
But I'm for some reason that sticks in my head that may have happened.
The biggest extent like pranks we did is when like the football boys, we'd all leave for a night game, on Friday night or whatever, and come back, and all our vehicles are saran wrapped together and all that shit. We got in a big saran wrap war with volleyball girls.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah, we fucked with other students a lot, but
Oh, yeah.
there wasn't too many major pranks that. Gosh, I'm trying to
Towards the
think. There was
teachers.
something that.
We just got drunk on our senior trip.
Yeah, you guys fucked it up for us. These guys
and
so-
Dwight's class too.
that's his
our
class.
Yeah, you guys had to fucking walk the football field.
Yeah.
They went to
You don't- you
they went
don't-
to Edmonton for their senior trip, and they go to the big fucking mall.
You don't send a bunch of 18-year-olds to
That
Canada
can drink. I mean, you
where
get to
it's
Canada.
legal to drink.
No.
That's not smart.
Well,
well,
Dwight said he was sitting there and he had a pitcher of beer, and like everybody was sitting around him drinking, and Sarge came down and sat next to him, and then fucking everybody got up. And
The
as soon
sad
as
thing
he's
was,
got
is,
two pitcher of beers sitting by him. Well, fuck.
the sad thing was, is it'd been happening for fucking ever.
And they knew about it,
Yeah.
I don't know how many years, but
we took booze when we left here, though, too, which might have
you
pushed
also
it over the edge, too. But
you were one of the first class. You had a person in your class die in a drunk driving accident too. That literally the whole town. I mean, not so much just that class, but the whole town took a hit as far as freedom under the cops and under they wanted to watch it harder. The new school for one, but it was one of those things where it became more serious than what like a small little hick town used to be. It used to be like they'd know where the fucking bonfire was on homecoming, but they'd never really screw with you too much type of thing, or you'd know where your party was going to be type of thing, and they'd take the keys and you'd be fine. But for years, you can't tell me that those teachers were too dumb to know that everybody was drinking on those buses in Edmonton.
I guarantee you. 'Cause I
People were
was
shit-faced.
I was sitting with some of the kids that, a couple years older than me, and they went to go get on the bus the night that they were leaving to Edmonton because you left the night before.
Yep.
And shit, we were drinking before that. Like, I mean, they were hammered when they went to go get on the bus.
Yep.
And they, like, you can smell that on them, I'm sure, And,
actually, just last year, I think, they actually got to go back to Canada. But they took a breathalyzer.
Yeah, they got to go
when they got on and when they to go there, and even when they were over there.
They got to go in 2005, I think. After we went in.
All you had to do was go talk to the school board.
We went in 2000.
I think they went the year after us, though.
No, I didn't think it was till like 2005 with Lenny and those guys. I thought were the first ones to go. But
and the thing was that you could go. They really didn't want you to go, but if you went and talked to the school board, you could have went anywhere. Yeah. That's why, the senior trip just used to be they used to go fucking skiing all the time in Showdown. Well, that's what we did in 8th grade. I don't want to go do that again.
Not just that, but when we left the Edmonton Mall, one of our classmates was trying to pass out next to the street next to the mall.
Puked on the bus too.
I did on the way back in a garbage can.
Dwight said somebody puked on the bus.
Amateur, you never puke anyway. But until the next morning, I guess that would have been the next morning almost. But
the one buddy was trying to pass out next to the street, and our other buddy had to go grab him and haul him on the bus. I'm like, it was a shit show. We left there.
Fucking South Country kids not held.
I was only 17 at the time too. I wasn't even.
Yeah.
There was somebody that came.
Did they serve you in Canada, or did somebody just buy it?
Yeah, some places, we tried to go to Hooters and they wouldn't, but we went to this other place and I don't know how many of us were sitting in there, 20, 30 of us just boozing it up,
How'd they let you free? They just let you run and meet back at this point at one point?
Yep.
I guess that's kind of what we did. So their class, since that happened, they were the class before us, and they had to graduate. Half of them graduated at the football field, and the other ones...
They weren't even
Were you a football field guy, too?
Yeah.
You were a football field? Yeah. I remember going to the football field one, and I don't think
it was a better graduation.
I know, yeah. I don't think I went to...
Ask anybody that went to
Dwight said he thinks there was more people at the football field than there was in the gym.
It was pretty even,
They were the class above me, but I don't think I went to the fucking high school one.
Yeah.
Maybe I did, but I remember sitting there giggling about that.
It was pretty close, I think, the amount of people that were... It split the class pretty much, and I don't know why you'd send people like that. I mean...
Well, we found out that it was funny to us, underclassmen, until we found out that they go, you kids aren't going to Canada. I'm like, fuck. And our class raised a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, well, we were going to have a fucking banging time in Canada, but they go, well, what are we going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And it couldn't be an overnight trip again. You couldn't leave and drive through the night.
Buffalo, here we come.
No, we went to Denver. We drove all the way through, but it was all on the bus. No stay, no nothing. All the way on the bus, down to Denver to Six Flags. And we ran around Six Flags all day, jumped back on the bus and headed back. But
you guys didn't get to go to Shotgun Willie's?
No, but
it's on the way.
And don't get me wrong, we had fun. But one of the big things that happened is one of our buses started overheating on the way, so we had to drive way slower. So it cut a huge chunk of our trip out.
It's a 12-hour drive already
one of those old shitter buses? No way.
Yeah,
that was probably a 15-hour trip. And
it was forever. I can't remember what time we had to get up and leave, but we I wonder what the middle of the night we got up and leave because they wouldn't let us stay through the night like you guys used to, or drive through whatever it was.
Yeah. You drove through the night.
You get one fucking day.
We left here at night and got up there, in the morning and sat there through the whole day and then drove the night back.
Do you imagine they would have went to Denver now and there's legal weed? That'd be the same fucking thing.
Well, you gotta be 21 now, but there was no 21-year-old in high school.
No, yeah, that would.
Well, it's not. I guess it's probably not hard to find someone on the street. Be like, hey, you run in there really quick and buy me something. I'll give you a little bit. You know.
Well, my class was super athletic anyway. They were. We won damn near everything.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, we were seniors, and everybody was like, okay, we're out of here. We're ready to party. And we took the bus all the way to fucking Denver and all the way back. And I just remember it being a pretty miserable bus ride. And we did have fun once we were at Six Flags because none of us had ever actually been someplace like that. But we had to bring a shit ton of our own money to spend there, too. We did the big, rope pull swing where you swing way down 300 feet out over this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was $70 a pop, but I remember I think I did it 2 or 3 times with 3 of my buddies. But their class fucked us. Thanks, Bret.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had fun.
At least going to Canada, shit, it was we got 2 for 1 on the money, and it was because we had to take a bunch of money. Most of it was your own money. You got to buy I think you could either...
They probably, paid for a lunch or something like that.
Yeah, or it was, the mall has either a water park or, I think, an amusement park. It'd pay for one of those either one of the tickets, but... I didn't really want to do either one.
I just want to sit there and drink
I gotta
beer,
go drinking
goddammit.
for the first time legally.
I'm like, I'm too drunk to do this.
But
Too drunk to taste this
Can't
chicken.
sit in the wave pool. I'll throw up.
Yeah. we tried to go ride the go-karts when we were drunk, and they wouldn't let. We're like, we'll just be
I
over.
wonder
We'll,
why.
we'll be at the bar over here. They're like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, there's a bar right. You have a bar in the same place as the go-karts,
You can't.
and we can't sit there. Well,
I wonder how many years it was that they actually went to Edmonton, because they went for a long
it was
time.
a long time, and
you
they did
knew
the same thing.
Every kid was.
Yeah.
I mean, that was not.
That
every
was
kid,
it was
but,
the
like,
thing, you know.
Yeah,
That was what
And
they
it was-
did, and they knew that's what was going
It
on.
was one of the chaperones, I think, was what it was. Just didn't
Yeah.
like some certain kids, and kind of.
Well, and like I said, part of it
So
got the clamps started
it
getting
might
put
have
down a
been,
little bit.
yeah.
I mean, even locally in town, as far as the police went and stuff, they started putting the clamps down on like underage drinking pretty big.
Yeah.
It used to be more of a thing of like, hey, go if you're going out to the mountains or going somewhere and like take your keys. But then it got to the point that they were actually searching parties out and trying to. They gave way more MIPs. I felt like for the. I mean, for you got a couple, didn't you, or something?
Made it through without getting one.
But I did too. I knock on wood. I never
Yeah.
got one.
Well, you don't have to knock on wood now. You don't
In,
have to get
yeah, I know I'm
MIP.
not gonna get one, but
I
in,
don't remember how many. I had 2 or 3, I think, but
I got an underage consumption while driving in Deadwood, and that was cheaper than an actual MIP ticket. So I go,
Wow.
so if I'm drunk at a party, I might as well hop in and drive off. He goes, yep. He goes, I don't know why the law is like that, but that's yep.
Wow, that's
And it was a fucked up thing
that's
too.
fucked up.
We went to a Tool concert, and
yeah.
on the way to the Tool concert, I drank a whole bottle of vodka between me and one other buddy, except for the couple shots we poured out for dead buddies. But anyway, like we drank, and we were, I don't even remember the first band. We were so fucked up. And then we came home and we sat at my house in Deadwood for quite a while, and we drove up to go to Lead, the town that was 3 miles away in Deadwood, to go hang out. There was these girls that had this big house, and we'd party there quite often. So we driving up, and I had my brights on when I came around the mountain curve and hit a cop right with them, and phew, he pulled me over. And at that point, I don't even think I was drunk anymore. But he got out and he goes, he's like fucking 10 feet from my car, and he goes, or from my pickup, he goes, I smell alcohol. Can you please step out of the vehicle? And I did. I'm like, shit. Anyway, all he did was he gave me the underage consumption while driving, and made me drive to Lead, and he followed me
Wow.
with my. He goes, turn your brights off, and gave me. So it was a $200 ticket, no points, no nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's why I was like,
Didn't breathalyze you or nothing, or what's the deal?
he did
you know?
breathalyze me. I was
So as long as you're under a certain
I-
deal, then they give you that. Otherwise, I'm sure it's
a DUI or what?
I
but
would think.
I think
but
I don't think I think I blew. I didn't blow a whole lot.
You blew
I think I
him,
blew,
and that's yeah.
No, fuck off. I didn't. I don't think I. Yeah.
Cole just got it. Jeez.
I just
Wow.
heard what you said.
Delayed.
I don't think I blew a legal limit of like for the DUI, whatever it was there. It was at the time was maybe higher, but
Yeah.
I blew enough that obviously there was alcohol in my system.
Well, it didn't matter. You know,
And
if
I-
you
I
were
was
21,
underage,
it
yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah. Huh.
Well, no, if you're under 21, you get I think it's 0.02 or 0.03 before you're considered. You get that little leeway, which is only like a fucking quarter of a beer, but you get I think it's 0.02.
Man, I love Deadwood and Lee. That was such a fucking cool place to live. I wish I would have been 21 when I lived there, because obviously it's not even just the gambling, but the bars are super cool
It's
and
all
whatnot.
gambling. Everything's 21, isn't it?
Everything, yeah. So I couldn't do shit, and it like.
Probably saved you a lot of money though.
Well, yeah, and because I managed this little pizza place down there that, like Nate and I, and then a bunch of these girls, like pretty much the only people we knew worked at this place, and because I managed that place, a lot of the town, you know, the local owners knew how old I was. Nate was dating the girl that owned the Saloon 10. There was another girl, like I mean, they knew, you know, like right like 3 houses down were the other people that owned another bar, and like. It's Deadwood's a small town like Malta until
Yeah.
the tourists show up.
I've never been there.
It's
Like,
we should go sometime.
but it's
Oh, what the? Oh, that's DUI.
Yeah, we should take a trip sometime. It's a cool town to just go have fun. And now they got that big concert venue there. But man, I loved when I moved there. I really thought that's probably where I was going to live the rest of my life.
It's 0.02 for anyone under 21.
Yeah.
Sorry.
we'll get new fact
Checking
checker or
on
what?
that.
Yeah, about time. Fact checker slacking. We brought a new guy, and
We got
turns out he's on the payroll now. Fact checker, you lose.
Got a new guy, Brandon.
I'll
you're
steal
out.
your job.
Yep. All right. Speaking of Brandon, I got to flake out and take a pee real quick.
All right.
All right, we're back. I ran outside and checked on the house one more time, and there's hardly any smoke even coming out.
And they're
And
just keeping an eye on it now.
there's one cop sitting out there watching it. And congratulations, Malta Fire Department. as bad as we wanted to have a bonfire, I guess, but you don't want, like, to save everybody else's house around us. Thanks, my house doesn't smell like smoke and cat pee together.
Yeah, burnt Kappas and shit.
So, on the break, Cole mentioned something about he got his phone jacked from him. Tell us your story.
Yeah, last Friday I got my phone stolen from him, sitting at the Kid Curry, just bullshitting out there. Probably my Thursday and Friday routine, I always go out and see Brandon all the time, because if nobody's out there, I'm out there. But just chatting with my dad got all pretty tuned up, and I got mad at him instead of hitting him through my phone. And probably 2 minutes after I threw it, that's when I seen a foot and a hand just grab it. It was behind that little bar on the other side of the wall.
On the casino side?
Yeah, on the casino side, that little bar. And I saw someone grab it, thought it was Austin or Royce or somebody just picking it up for me. Be nice. And it wasn't them, so walked away from my dad all pissed off, and went outside, and we were going to go downtown to drink, and told my buddy to go in there and grab my phone, and it was gone. Nobody had it. Brandon didn't have it at the bar. So at that moment, I know somebody stole it, and so went back in there and just kind of did an eye scan. You know, kind of sometimes pick those people out.
Well, they got cameras. That's
That's the thing. We had Katie came and checked cameras right away. Brandon called, but went through there, and I was talking pretty loud. I was like, somebody stole my phone in here. Like, somebody fucking stole it. And I just said that pretty loud. So he kind of like looked at me. He was like kind of just watching me and shit. And he went out to go smoke a cigarette. This guy that actually ended up stealing it. And me and Austin went out there. We just asked, we're like, hey man, did you happen to pick up a phone out there? He's like, no, I didn't. You know, I got my phone right here. I didn't pick it up. And I was like, all right, I'll believe you. You know, so.
You didn't just have Austin call it when you were sitting right there?
We did call it. They were smart enough. They turned, because on this one you can turn it down when it's sitting there. You can turn it up or turn it down. You know.
if you get an iPhone, you can click Find My iPhone, and it'll
When it's
ping
locked
right.
again?
Yeah, it's locked. You can turn them up and down.
Yeah,
Press your lock button so your screensaver comes up.
I don't know if those ones do it or if you got to download an app. But if
Yeah, it's these motos do it. Anyway, so he turned it down because we called it, and then so we got Katie to come and watch the videos, and like literally right before we had to watch all the cameras to watch when I threw it so we could get the time down. And right before we watched him get up to go steal it, Katie's like, "Oh, I want to go see if I know who this is." So she went and did a walkthrough. She got back, she's like, "Nope, that's not who I thought it was." And then we watched him do it, and as we watched him do it, I took a peek back out there when did another scan through. They had left in like
shit.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
But they just went over to Westside Casino.
Oh, nice.
And Brandon's grandma was working over there. Called the cops, wrote a complaint, and then we went on a manhunt. I was gonna get my phone back because the cops weren't gonna get it back. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
They left
if
from
they-
there. They didn't. Cops never came and fucking said, "Hey, give me the phone."
no. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, because we didn't know that he was over at the Westside
okay.
Casino when they had came. But we were pulling up the underpass. Brandon called us saying that his grandma called, said that they were there, and she said that they were headed back to the Curry, but he must just gave the other guy that he was a ride back to his car.
Yeah.
And we met him at Little Ots, so we followed him all the way from Little Ots down to Bowdoin, all the way down Bowdoin to the Olson's turnoff right there.
Yeah.
You go up past Quinn Olson's, went onto the highway, turned there. We were going like 80 down the highway. He was running from us. Like, he jumped that little bridge by Spencer's there on that gravel road.
Yeah.
Sparks flying, but he's hit a deer going like 65. Kept going from us.
He hit a deer in front of you?
Yeah, hit a deer in front of us.
Fuck, this story's better than I thought it was.
No, it hit a deer, it rolled into the ditch, and then he turned off to the turnoff for Anderson's, like Let's and stuff, where Shane lives.
Yeah.
He went out there, and then he was going to come out where Jerry McEwen lives on right by Levex there, and we were on about Olson's. We got dispatch on the phone, and we were talking with them. And so when we got past the B place, he turned there, and he pulled off to the side. I'm sure his car was overheating or something.
Yeah.
And he got out and kind of gave us one of those, like, "Oh, what do you guys need? Like, what's going on?" I was like, "Dude, give me my phone back. Like, I just want my phone. That's it." He's like, "I don't have it." I was like, "We watched you on video. Pick it up. Cops are notified. Like, just give me my phone." He's like, "Well, I gave it to
Vigilante
him."
justice right there.
Yeah,
What the fuck are you gonna do with somebody's locked phone anyway?
Yeah,
That, like,
exactly. But and I was like, "Well, you lost your chance because there's the cops right there." And literally, as I said that, they rolled up over the hill.
fuck.
I mean, if we didn't get them on dispatch, I don't think we would have got it back that night.
You wouldn't believe how many people bring me phones like that or try to call me and say, "Hey, I got this phone. I think it might be stolen or blah blah blah. Can you unlock it?" And I'm
Not jailbreaking phones. no.
sorry, no. I mean,
No, I can't even unlock
unless
my own
it's
phone
unless
when I
it's your
fuck up.
kid, unless it's your kid that locked your phone and fucked it up, or something.
Yeah.
Then I'll put some time in. And
At that point, I just send it to. There's that phone buyback
at that
company.
at
they'll
that time,
buy
I'll
it.
figure it out for you. But fuck no.
Yeah.
Not when I know that I heard somebody else said, "Hey, if you find an iPhone 10, come in, blah blah blah," and then it shows up, and you go, "Ah,
That's funny because I have the same phone as you, and I didn't even know you could turn it down.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
and he did, like, as soon as he picked it up, he had to turn it down, because when I noticed that
Wonder
it was
if
missing,
he knew, or he just started pushing
I
buttons.
think he
and
just
figured
started
it
trying to,
down? Huh.
yeah, and right away we called it, and nothing. And then Royce was down at the Mint trying to get a hold of me. He said he called it, went all the way through, and then he called me, like, a minute later. And he did turned it off.
can you on those motos? Can you search them, or do you got to buy an app?"
Yeah, you can. I think through, like, Google, you can track them, I think.
Because I like the nice thing about iPhones is
I know
if you're on an iPhone, you can
Yeah.
You can go find
like
my iPhone.
I've
find
lost
out
mine
the
in
one.
my house, and you can make it scream even if the battery's out, or you can just ping it directly,
Yeah, like you can, like, if they're on silent, you can, like, make them ring and shit through your iPhone
or
app,
to
right?
pull up the last known place too.
Mhm.
To me that that's been pretty valuable a few times. I've freaked out and thought I completely lost my phone, or like, fuck, I left it here,
Mhm.
and then you ping it and you're like, oh shit, it's just under something.
Yeah.
Or what,
See,
but
I'm pretty anal. Like, I don't ever like leave my phone on the bar hardly. I don't even
I-
care. I don't care if you're bartending and I'm the only one in there.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave it there, and it's locked and everything. But partially because I don't trust my friends either for
Just steal
fucking
tweets
with
Same.
it. But
Yeah.
the worst one that scared me was after that one comedy show. My mom took my phone.
yeah.
She grabbed my coat and it had my phone in it, and went and locked it in her car and forgot she did it. So I'm full. The big party going on. I'm full on panicking more than anything because all the money from the show was in my coat, and
Everybody else is partying,
And
you can't even have fun because you're panicking.
I'm full on panic. So I had to end up get my laptop and open it up.
We were calling it and looking
Yep.
for it.
And
I think with if you have Verizon, you can go on Verizon and they got their trackers on there. You can get that.
I
on
don't.
an
I do
iPhone.
Net 10.
But if I don't have my phone, how am I going to?
I just
You have to have a computer or tablet.
I got Net 10 that, and I normally pay like $34, $38 a month, whatever it is, for however many gigs, and then because I'm normally on Wi-Fi all day, but I just found a deal on eBay that I can literally pay like 200 and something for the whole year for
wow.
Net 10 and still get like the same data that I'm getting, and I'm just gonna do it. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
hell
I mean,
yeah.
like, why not?
Stealing that.
Dude, that's great. I mean, the only problem is like when you were trying to message me when I was out in Zortman, I don't get much service out there.
Well,
something like
there's
that,
really
but-
not anything
Yeah.
out unless you go out towards the
Carol
hill.
barely gets service. Like she
Yeah.
was getting yours every once in a while, but yeah,
to message her, yeah, and then I'm like, tell Rhodes to look at his phone. She's like, he said he never got a message. I'm
I
like,
didn't
Son
until-
of a bitch. I sent him like 10.
Yeah.
until I got like 5 miles. I was driving in and I was like, I'm gonna make it. I had to pee like 2 miles out. I just flat couldn't make it. I pulled over, and that's when I got out, my phone started going ding,
Then it
ding,
started
ding,
going
ding.
off.
It didn't really that because I think that closest cell tower is that one that's like 18 miles out south.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the
there's like
closest one to
Zortman.
Zortman.
There's one on the other side of the mountain at Zortman.
Like towards the Landusky side, right?
I think the res side.
Oh,
Yeah, I get
side.
service like at DY almost.
Yeah.
Like once I get up and
It's-
over, until I start dropping into the valleys, I have service there.
Yeah, you have it when you're on one side or the other of the mountain.
Yeah.
But if you're on the east side, you don't get it. It's like
Yeah, there's a really big dead spot there, especially like between the first turnoff and 7 Mile or even DY. Like that's where I
Yeah.
usually lose service.
But yeah, I think there's a tower, but it's on the other side.
Yeah,
it's on the
towards,
res
like,
side.
Hayes.
Once again, for those of you that don't live in Montarctica, you realize how fucking desolate this place is. Like, there's cell service everywhere now, other than
Yeah, you know, well, like,
It
45
is-
miles south of us. And
No, there's.
I mean, your house you get service,
yeah,
but
yeah, because there's. A
like you
cell
said,
phone-
right by the Zortman there, you don't.
Yeah,
yeah, we're the 1% that Verizon doesn't cover.
Well, that's there's that bit. I don't know if I think that's the area where they're having that big thing that they say like cell towers. They're trying to sue them because of the sage. They say it fucks with the sage grouse, the frequencies, and like
Well-
it's a big like they want $1 million some dollars.
Yeah, did you see-
for them to put a cell phone tower up or to sue them one way? I don't know the whole thing. Like I can't quote it at all. I'm just a
Is that the-
local dummy that. But I read
Fish
it
and
once.
Game that's doing
I don't
that?
know what the corporation or who it is.
How
One
far,
way or the other,
pretty
it's
far out south, right? They got those reflectors on the top wire of
yeah.
the barbed wire
That's
fence.
for, yeah.
So
that's
the
for
birds don't fly into the top wire.
Yeah.
If you can't see the top wire, how are they going to see the rest of them?
You know what kills more birds than that? Cats in town. like literally, cats murder birds all the time.
Yeah.
Out south like that, the birds that they're worried about.
Yeah.
Because the numbers are going down, but it's not. It's the other predator birds. It's the eagles and hawks.
Yeah,
I haven't seen so many eagles and hawks in
you drive down 191, I'd see probably 5 to 6 hawks on the way to Millions, and
I've
that's before I hit the river. Probably
a shit ton of owls too. Like
and they're hard on other birds
at
too.
night. I've seen so many owls lately that like they're ruthless killers. Those fuckers are.
You remember when we were kids, if you seen a bald eagle, it was kind of a rare thing.
Yeah.
You see them all the
Those
time
are
now.
ugly fucking birds, by the way, besides the side profile.
We were out at the lake one day and drove around the lake, and I think we seen like 6 or 7 just around the lake.
Real close to where your house is. When I was heading to Lewistown the other day, just off the highway, there was a dead deer in there, and there was a bald eagle there, and one coming flying in at the same time. And I was like, "There's fucking 2 of them." I didn't even like. Normally they're kind of
if
so.
you pay attention on the way to Lewistown, you pay on the power lines. They're sitting on there all the time. They're perched up.
Yeah, and like when I was a kid, you never hardly seen them.
It was pretty rare. It was like, ooh, a bald eagle.
And it's because the old timers they killed them because
They didn't give a shit because they are scavenger birds.
And so the
they're
natives
hard
too.
on stuff. I mean, smaller birds, game birds, that's the hardest thing on them.
Yeah, if you had like chickens or sheep,
yeah.
goats, whatever, anything outside, there was a good chance that they'd come and run them to death or kill them one way or another. But yeah.
And that's the reason the bird population, as far as pheasants or sage hens or all that, that's the reason it's down. It's not the coyotes and all that they blame, and
they're scavenger birds.
And the cell phone towers. It's not.
I got a couple like guys that are like almost on the other side of the fence, but not like they're not pushers. They're people that I've became friends with in one way or another that I'm gonna get on the podcast and. Not even to debate, but it's nice to hear somebody that like actually fucking lives out there, was born and raised like you, not hear what they hear coming from New York or from they got one kid out there, or I mean multiple ones, but walking around spotting how many of each animal's out there. Well, unless you've been there for 15 fucking years, you can't in 1 year can't go and be like, I seen this many of them, because there's certain years like right or close to town we don't hardly have any antelope. There's other years that you see fucking shit tons of antelope crossing. Or like we were just talking now, I got a deer trail right through my neighbor's yard. That has never happened in Malta. Not like, I mean, we have had some deer, but we literally have a booming deer population right in town. If I come home at 2 a.m. from the bar, almost every time I turn the corner at the BLM building there, and if I got to make sure I go slower, I'll fucking whack a deer. Like, literally at 25 miles an hour. And then the other day, it was
only in Montana.
Well, yeah. I was driving to the store the other day, and there's 2 bucks fighting in the yard just this north of us. So, but
it's
sorry,
weird
I
how they
talk
have,
too much.
It's weird that they've definitely over the years they've moved into town more and more. I don't know if they're just. Do you think they're getting more comfortable or what?
Yeah, and can you blame them?
They're being fed.
Yeah,
I'm
no
sure
shit,
that grazing on the neighbor's lawn where it's green grass is probably great.
That's true. They're gonna go where they
Nobody
get better
bothers
nutrition.
them.
My neighbor hasn't been home for a while either, and you see her grass. It's like the most pristine yard in town.
It's probably because they eat all the time and keep it healthy.
No, it's because Jimmy's over there mowing it twice a week, and she's got a sprinkler system. But no, they're crazy in town.
And then they put those antelope migration signs up east of town. I still trying to wrap my mind around that one.
If you've seen the big ones, like the big herd that came down from Canada the year because we had too much snow, you'd understand then.
Well, yeah,
but I
get
haven't
it,
seen that this year.
We don't have the antelope like we used to.
Yeah, I guess like when they turn those signs on, I notice like there's definitely antelopes on either side of the road, and then when they were off, you don't notice as much. But it's like, how do you dictate that like that's where you're going to put it, and that's where?
How do you flick it on? You got something like.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I don't know if they turn it on at a certain.
Oh, it's probably a collared one.
If
I
it's
bet.
a certain time of the year
It is
they do it
for like 2 or 3 weeks on one half of the year, and then the other half.
I didn't know if it was that or there are a certain amount of antelope that are collared too. So I'm like, is it a GPS deal that they get close and they go? I don't know. Need to talk to our local game warden, I guess, and ask them. But
I know those signs are freaking expensive.
I know. Well, and probably more expensive than they'd be if Bret went out and built it. Type of thing. Like they're charged more for a government worker type.
Oh yeah, I hit one with a car one time, and they're expensive.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Hit a
But
what?
no,
A sign.
Oh yeah.
that one year
yeah.
I think it was like 2010 or something that it snowed all that, and
Yeah.
a bunch of those antelope came out of Canada. Like, I can't remember what I was going up to Whitewater for quite often. I think it might have been when I was working for Mears or something.
What was her name?
No, I didn't. There was no. It wasn't a.
Oh.
I think it was because of Mears or something that
Oh,
we were driving up
could've
doing
been,
machines.
yeah.
But there was some herds of antelope that I've never seen such a thing
Well,
at that point. So I mean, like
Yeah.
that made sense of.
And after that really bad snow, you know, when we had like fucking almost 6 foot, there was piles of antelopes and coolies because they'd herd together, like bunch up, try to survive. And then
Well, the
get
train took
buried
a
by
shit
snow.
load out the one time too.
The funny thing about the train thing is that here in a couple of weeks, or I think it might be in April, I'm taking a train trip with the Head Start, the little kid, my youngest daughter, and we did that then.
Yep, I did.
And we're
that.
going from Havre and coming back, or not Havre, from Glasgow and coming back. And on our way back, there's like a bridge in like this spot where it's all iced over. And there was literally, I'd say 50 to 100 antelope that had, I mean, like literally had gotten drilled by the train. And all these little kids are looking out the window going like, look at,
Just
oh,
antelopes
just
flying.
dead antelope. No, we didn't hit them then. They were already
Oh,
dead
they
and
were already
frozen.
dead.
Just
But
had
there's
they
all
had
these little
nowhere else
kids
to
are
go.
like, holy fuck. Yeah, they were running down the track because it's cleared off. And they all got blasted on this bridge. It was a shit ton of them. And like I said, traumatic for these little kids. Fuck, it's
I would
funny.
learn about life and death so early.
Yep.
kind of a little different story, but I heard a story of like when we were younger. You remember Kenny Sabalski, and
Yeah.
they used to drive a truck, and he got on the CB and told his other truck drivers behind him, he's like, "You guys be careful up here. I hit an antelope or two." They said they got up there and there's just antelopes scattered all over the highway. But he's like, "I hit a couple," or I hit, they're like
10,
"There's-
15.
Yeah,
You know, that's a
it's like,
couple.
There's 20 dead antelope on the highway, just scattered everywhere.
A guy on my pool team this year was going over the hill out south and smoked, I think, like 5 or some cow. Somebody was
Yeah.
trailing their cows after dark, and he come over the hill and there was no stopping. He just fucking drilled a bunch of them.
That's the true Montana traffic jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, walking down the highway with a herd of cattle.
Well, I've been down regular 191 and had to stop because there's been cattle being trailed down. Like,
We had to stop going to Harlem a couple times. You know, there's the Gilbert Ranch right there.
Not at the night, not in nighttime.
No,
like
not
it
black
was-
cows
it
at
was-
night, yeah.
it was
why the hell would you
nighttime when he
move
hit
them at
them
night?
out.
That's how you lose cows.
Yeah,
I think they thought that they had a minute to get. They were just at the last. I don't know.
That or it was just
You never know
cooler-
what people are thinking or what's going on.
took-
cooler out because they didn't want to do it in the heat of the day.
Yeah, it took them longer to get there.
Exhaust cows.
Yeah.
Who knows? Might have had a stray one you had to go chase or something. Fucking who knows? Everybody's story's different. But,
Mhm.
so if you could have changed one thing about yourself growing up, what would it have been? Just way off set. Let me give you a second to think about that. Both of you.
He throws these questions.
I know, it's
out
fun.
without- and I-
Change one thing.
Well, it gives me time to not have to talk because I talk one fucking much. but-
one thing growing up, huh?
Or even about yourself now. And like material things can't be it. No money, no.
No material things.
You're perfect.
What
Both
about-
you guys are.
what
I
about,
bring-
like, you know, that's my like when I did a couple interviews and stuff when I was in school for like big contract or construction companies and stuff, you know. And then you go in there and interviews, you gotta hype yourself up, you know. They're like, well, what are your good values? You know, I don't really like to hype myself up. You just see how I am, you know. So it's like I can't really say a whole lot, and I do truly feel that way, you know.
Yeah.
Don't like to hype myself up, but
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty well set off there. How I am, you know. I'm sure there's things you could change, but
You can see that you're a genuine person for sure. Like there's a lot of people that you can meet them in the first fucking 2-3 times you meet them, you go like, that guy's a little.
yeah. Well, I mean, you get your
Yeah.
first biggest impression literally the first time you meet somebody and how they interact with you the first time you meet them, you know. So
Especially as a bartender, I'll connect with like there's people that'll come in from out of town or something. Some people are complete douchebags,
Mhm.
and then there's other ones that you're like, fuck yeah. And then I've like gotten in contact with them or like just even talk different business stuff that we do, and
Yeah.
then exchange cards, and we've talked forever about it, you know. But mine would probably be that I could try not to talk so much all the time. Like that's
oh god,
The-
one thing.
no.
I got nothing.
mine
Next
would have
question.
been honestly like the focus. I got 72 different irons in the fire, and I wish that like I could take one project and just go at it, complete it, go to the next project, complete it. Instead, I'm like, I'll go 3/4 of the way through this project and be like, okay, I got this, and this to do too, and I'll start all them too. And then, I mean, that, like I said, that'd probably fix with ADHD meds,
Yeah.
but
I'd probably go with, I'm a really good procrastinator.
me too.
Yeah, because it's like, well, when I go to do it, I get it done in like homework, 15 minutes.
Yep.
Well, if I can do it in that, I'm not going to do it till it's due, But if
I'm
I
the same
just
with my
go
job.
and get it
That's-
done, and then I don't sit there and stress about
That's
it.
future Cole's problem, not right now.
That's-
Exactly.
The nice thing about like the cell phone repair is people drop the phone off and like I got like an hour to do it or whatever. It's like boom, boom, I got to finish
You're
that.
set and you got to do it. That's what I like. If I have something set where I can do that and work, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna do work.
As we speak right now, I got like 15 fucking graphic design projects on the board that like I'm working on a few of them.
You need to set
But
your
I
own
literally need
deadlines.
like, yeah, but for some reason my authority doesn't matter to me.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
takes
No,
like when somebody calls and goes, hey, I need the logo by Friday. And then like,
Yeah.
Maybe that's
no
something-
problem, done.
That's something Carol should do then, set them, and then
I agree. She's way better at that.
She just beats you if you don't get them done.
I keep asking to hire her, but she works her own job to get out of the house and stuff. But I keep begging her to do certain things like that. But then again,
I
who
beg-
wants
I
your
beg her to do things?
yeah?
too, and
Shut
she-
the fuck up. Who wants your significant other to
Yeah.
come boss you around all day when you
yeah.
own the business?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, then
Yeah.
it's kind of I'm working with my dad for forever doing construction. At first I hated working with my dad, and now that I'm older, it's a little better. But it's still, you're working with something like family, somebody and then you're around
Yep.
all the time. It's hard to go home and then like try to live at home.
as a kid, for me, working for my dad, that was incredibly tough too. I didn't mind like so much, but my brain's always been like trying to find an easier way to do it, or
Yep.
like a better, like, hey, well, man, I'd do it this way. Not,
Hmm. Well, the thing that really frustrates with my dad when we were doing construction is like he second guesses himself constantly all the time, And it's like a lot of the first time he's thinking of something and it's right. So like when I'd get there and I'd be like, yeah, no, that was right the first time. I mean, like that's where I got good at, and he'd finally like start laying off of me a little bit, Wouldn't try to tell me to do all
Yeah.
this and that. We're
it's probably
where
his
it got
years in that
better.
he's probably cut enough boards too short by measuring once. And
Yeah, no, but like I said, it's a good
The-
thing, especially construction. You're doing finished work, you gotta
Yeah.
be right on,
You kind of made him not guess himself
Yeah,
so
exactly.
much anyway.
Because
huh?
especially when like
He's
you're, like,
done it
cutting
long
angles
enough. He
and
Yeah.
shouldn't guess
Right,
himself.
exactly what
yeah.
he does. It's like
I admire the shit out of those old guys that can do finished carpentry. They're like real good. Like my dad's been a car salesman his whole life, and he just fucking built his own house nearly solo. Brought in his brother for the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
They're both fucking 60 plus. Even like Rod's got to be pushing 70. I don't know how old his brother is, and dude, it's one of the most fucking beautiful houses. And like I said, as far as finish work, it's fucking gorgeous.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Well,
you
and-
were. I mean, he remodeled my mom's house when he lived there, but he was never a carpenter by trade.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a worker. My dad fucking does
Just a
so many different
handyman.
things, and he's a stud at it. That like,
Finish work takes a hell of a
And
hand.
I kind of
too,
feel like
it-
those older guys, as you get older, those construction people that work construction, those older guys, they like to do that and finish work.
Yep.
'Cause you can go at a slower pace and you're not killing yourself.
they do, and they get good at knowing to measure right and cut the right angles and that. But I wish in one sense that I was a lot more like my dad that way as far as my work and my job went. He's always been a like crazy go getter, which I got a lot of irons in the fire too. I
Yeah.
start my own shit too and do, but my dad's always the guy that'll work from fucking dusk till dawn and like
Yep.
get it done. If you give me an opportunity to fuck around till 11, I'm gonna. Like that's my whatever. I don't know if that was because I don't know if I like
car.
no, yeah, seriously, I don't know if he. But then again, here we're sitting here almost midnight and doing a podcast, which is technically eventually work. It's fun as shit, but it's.
Yeah. When it comes down
It
to
took a
it
long
is
time
little
for
bit.
Bret to finally go like, "Hey, get your ass in there."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know that was my job.
Maybe you're
Well,
the
it
guy.
is now.
Maybe I need to text me every morning. I'll send you my fucking to-do list.
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah. Eventually we will. No. Fuck you, don't. No. I don't. All that damn beer you guys drink is fucking. That's.
Oh, you did
What-
buy the beer this time.
Yeah.
Shit.
I normally try to, unless I was stuck at the house and couldn't get out. Trying to.
Yeah, it's always your excuse.
That's one thing I never want to be as freeloader on people. I can't. I feel terrible at myself. Like even if I get off bartending and knowing I served everybody all fucking night, I feel bad. Like going, hey, can I have one of your Miller Lights out of the fridge? Because well, like here a few times ago, I would set my fucking drink on the back of my pickup, 2 of them, and both of them went bloop because I went to wipe off my window, lost 2 full Pendleton Cokes, and or Pendleton Waters, whatever, and I gonna go to this after party. I'm like, well, I'm not going back in the fucking bar. Maybe I'll have 1 beer.
It's already locked up.
But I feel like a douchebag by not bringing more than I'm gonna drink anyway.
My worst thing is I'll buy like a 6-pack or something to go to the after party, and then I end up with like 5 beers.
You share with somebody.
No. I mean, I go home with an extra. Like, I only
you buy too much.
I only drink 1 because when I hit the after party, I quit drinking. I get full. I mean, I'll sit there and keep partying, but I get full of beer and I can't drink it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I start. Well, if I'm going to an after party after I bartended, I probably didn't start drinking at all until like maybe the last half hour of my shift or whatever, and then like you're ready to have a few, but you're not even like people are too fucking drunk.
And that's hard sometimes, man.
You're not on the same level.
Trying to go play catch up with people, and then sometimes you just can't put up with people, and so it's not worth it right now.
It sounded exciting until I got there.
Yep.
Most of the time. Like,
well, this is a shit show. That was fun.
I feel like you should be fine. I'm usually still half sober by that point. I don't.
Well, if you're there,
I never get. I don't know. I never get over.
There's times I go out to my brothers or something, and they've been drinking all day, and I didn't.
That's because you overserved them at the bar.
No, it's because they didn't even show up at the bar. They were out at his fucking shop all day. I
don't know. If I'm still at the bar, usually if I get drunk, I just go home. I don't sit at the bar like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm drunk. I'm going home. Got no business being at the bar anymore.
And sometimes you just get to that point where it's like, beer doesn't taste good anymore, and it just won't go down. I get that a lot. It's like, all right, we're going home. We're going home.
I did for a long time too, but I'll usually get just a short, strong whiskey water. Or I'll drink a double whiskey water, short. So I mean, like you can sip it, but you're still gonna end up getting drunk on it. But honestly, I feel so much better in the morning if that's what I drink. And then if somebody
just a little bit of water.
Yeah, and if somebody orders me a shot, I drink tequila. I'll just drink Cuervo, but mostly because I remember that I had that shot. Like you took the tequila shot, and I don't mind it. But if you drink sweet shit, you can have 15 of them with Susan or whoever, like just boom, 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 because they taste like fucking Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And then 5 in the morning it hits you and you're twitching and drunk as fuck and ready to throw up, and you're like, what happened?
Wake up and your mouth's so fucking dry because you're dehydrated.
But at least with tequila, like if you get to the point like you're gonna maybe puke, that tequila is probably gonna make you puke. Like
you're still burping up the last tequila shot. You're like, I don't
you remember it,
worst, man. Especially.
But I feel so much
Jose
better in the morning.
burping that shit up. I hate that.
Carol probably likes you come home tasting a tequila though.
Oh God, she hates anytime I fucking smell like booze when I come lay next to her. Jesus Christ,
that's just a thing. Like if you're sober, booze is just you can smell it. Like you could have 1 beer and I can smell you. I mean, But if you're drinking, you can't smell it on each other.
If I'm sober and one of my drunk buddies comes over, I'm like, fuck, you can smell you're smelling the whole house up type of thing.
It smells like a bottle of liquor. Straight bottle of Jack sometimes.
I give Carol shit all the time because I'll come in and I'll like smelling like booze, and she'll be like, you smell like booze. She'll be all mad, and I go, you're such a hypocrite. You work at the liquor store and you can't. I'm supporting your fucking. And I realized the next day that I'm an idiot, but But sometimes I mean, before I drank way less now than what I did when she met me. So that's kudos to her, I guess. But
that's just because you're older too, though.
It is.
That's
you do
part of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't go full cold brown every weekend.
Yeah, I've simmered down a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit.
If
you're young enough, let it ride till you're 30 at least.
If I drink like 1 day a week, that's all I can do because. If I drink Friday night, I'm shot Saturday. I can't.
Oh, me too.
I'm not gonna make it back out because I still feel like death.
You're one of my only friends that I can text the next day after we've been drinking that actually feels like shit most of the time and normally doesn't crack another one. Like I've got a few of them that are like, they'll just show back up at the bar, or they'll like, and I'm like, dude, I
got a lot of those friends.
Dude, I can't even. I used to be able.
At your age, though, that didn't.
When I was in my 20s, for sure. But like anymore, I go, dude, I'm laying around watching fucking Netflix and eating garbage food all day or something.
I'm dying.
Yeah. If I crack another beer, I'll feel fine and keep good. But now it's just stacking up a hangover on a hangover.
Yeah.
Sunday's problem now.
Yeah.
and
And I've done it, you know. I'm like, wow, that hangover is future Brett's problem, not
My-
right now. This is not.
I think that's part of the reason I had to move out of Billings. Honestly, my family down there, my sister, well, my dad didn't live there at the time, and I love my sister to death, but she's a fucking savage as far as that
Yeah.
goes. Like,
she's like your brother. They don't really get hangovers. I don't.
yeah,
think, do
they're way better at the hangover than I am. I mean, I'm a pretty good drunk. Like, I can get shit faced and usually not make a complete fool of myself most of the time. But
Mhm.
I mean, like, there's plenty of people you see that will drink a shit ton and they're an ass every time.
Yep.
But man, I get a hangover. Even like, there's times that I'll just go out and drink some beers, and then the next morning my head is fucking splitting open. It feels
Yeah.
like.
That's usually what it is. It's my head that hurt. I mean, like I just get a
Yep.
headache so bad that
Mine's never my stomach that makes me throw up. My headache will get so bad that I'll like
yeah.
I'm
so
just
much
damn near
pain that I literally got to puke.
almost always my stomach, man. I'll go out and have a good night, and then I'll wake up and can't even eat lunch.
Mhm.
Go out, try and eat with mom and dad, and eat half my burger.
I get
Mom's like,
migraines.
have a good time last night? I was like, yeah.
I'll get like 5 in the morning. My migraine will wake me up.
Yeah.
Like I've had migraines since I was a kid, even before I drank. But dude, there are ones that like I'll go lay in the fucking bathroom floor because that's the one place I can close all and no light. Like I need like any little smidgen of
Blackout
light feels like
curtains.
it's a fucking sword going through my head. But
See, I used to just take some aspirin before bed and feel
Mhm.
next morning great. I
Grab
can
a
do
blue
that now, and I'm
Gatorade in
like,
the morning.
now I do it, and I'm like, that aspirin
Mhm.
it didn't work. I don't know.
if I know better, I'll go in and mash
Oh
half
yeah,
that.
Cole, what you have to look forward to. The older you
I've been
get,
trying
the
to-
worse it gets.
I've been on last Saturday at the Siget. I was hungover from Friday, but I was trying to drink water too. I've been trying to do that while I'm drinking and keep my hangovers down to a minimum in the morning because they're already bad.
If you're not hungover from the Siget, you didn't play in the Siget.
I was over, went over to Jared's after the bar, and I laid there till 6 o'clock the next night. My pickup was at the Mint the whole day the next day.
All right. Well, I got the bladder of a field mouse. I'm gonna take another quick pause, and we'll come back and maybe either wrap it up or tell another fucking story, depending on what happens in the break. I'd like to just jump on here and say I'm not really sure what happened to the last 10 minutes of the podcast. I don't know if we forgot to hit record or what happened there. If my computer janked out. Anyway, we lost about 10 minutes at the end. I just want to jump on and say thank you to Cole Brown and thank you to Bret Peigneux for talking on here. And big thanks to Bret for kicking my ass in gear and making me do another podcast. Hopefully we'll be back with some more real shortly on Montarctica.com. Stay safe from the coronavirus, and we'll see you next time.